Okay, of course I'm late. I had to pause it a couple of minutes ago because it was starting. So here we go. Where's, oh yeah, forgot. Yeti mic ruins my sound. Okay. Okay. E3 Direct. Oh, is that Breath of the Wild? Oh, this quality is horrible. Oh, it's Smash! Oh, it's Smash? Is it slime time? I have literally no idea what the Dragon Quest dude looks like, so I can't be sure if that's him or not. The hero? Okay. Disappointed it's not Slime, because I feel like that's the Dragon Quest character that everyone knows. Yeah, I mean, Slime's there, but is he playable? No. They're gonna announce 2 characters? Okay. Those also don't look like slimes. So did they add characters from different Dragon Quest games? Like, as I said, I only know Slime. I didn't know they had human characters. Summer 2019, of course, because actually we're almost in summer 2019. You were the luminary. Still waiting for them to localize the Dragon Quest Monsters 2 remake that came out in Japan 5 years ago on 3DS and is probably not going to be localized at this point because they're about done with the 3DS.
Hello everyone,
Hi.
I'm Yoshiaki Koizumi from Nintendo. In this Nintendo Direct for E3 2019, we'll showcase a variety of games, many of them coming soon. But before we dig into the next game, there is someone I'd like to introduce first.
Is it Sakurai? Oh.
What? What are you doing here?
Bowser's here? Oh.
Wait a minute. There's been a bit of a mix-up. You're not the right Bowser. Sorry, but I'm the right Bowser for this presentation.
Can't believe they actually did that.
Not this way.
No, this way.
Bye-bye.
Maybe next time.
Are you related?
No, but we get that a lot.
Well, let's get back to it. Please, take it away.
Hi everyone, I'm Doug Bowser from Nintendo of America, and I'm thrilled to join you for today's Nintendo Direct. This is our chance to show the world we have games for every type of player on Nintendo Switch. Whether you love action, RPGs, or you're just looking for something new, we've got you covered.
Okay, so let's get a look at one of those games by taking a tour of Luigi's Mansion 3.
Luigi's Mansion 3. I was trying to finish Luigi's Mansion 2. I could have done it last night maybe, but like only if I didn't sleep, and I decided I wanted to sleep. So.
Hello?
Yeah, he's in some kind of hotel this time, I think.
Luigi's invited to a gorgeous hotel.
Called
with
it.
Mario, Peach, and the
I think it was
others.
Game Explainer called it, actually.
Lucky him.
Lucky.
Luigi's Mansion 3. This hotel is much more than meets the eye, for not long after Luigi arrives, things take a dark turn. We begin our tour by taking in some sights and sounds. You may never leave. You want to leave. The other guests certainly don't plan to move on. They're ghosts after all, and they're rather aggressive. Simply scare them with the strobe bulb, then suck them up. Luigi's new Poltergust G00 has the powerful suction capabilities
Adam
required,
Smash.
and other new features as well.
Or in the trailer at least.
First, the
wasn't paying
slam.
attention.
While trapping a ghost, slam it on the ground to inflict some
Oh,
damage. It helps to get other
that's good.
ghosts in on the action.
Oh, wow.
Next, the suction
That's a good
shot.
one.
Find the plunger to attach it to something. Then
It's not gonna
pull
work
the
on mummies,
string
though.
and
Don't try it on
you can
mummies.
destroy furniture and more. It's effective against certain ghost types too. Sometimes ghosts may feel inclined to gang up on you. In such situations, a burst should do. The powerful air pressure released will blow away ghosts, and it's perfect for when you need a little air.
Oh, so it's like a jump kind? Well,
We simply can't overlook the
Kinda like
latest
a jump.
invention from Professor Egad, namely Gooigi.
Gooigi.
Change
I
between
haven't played the
Luigi and
remake yet.
Gooigi to use both their
But-
skills. Gooigi
Oh.
can do everything from slipping through metal fences to walking on spikes. Indeed, there are obstacles too great
still
for
think
Luigi
that's
to
like
handle on his
Helix
own.
from ARMS.
And if you pass a Joy-Con controller to a
pretending to be
friend,
Luigi.
he makes for a great co-op partner. But proceed with caution. Gooigi and water definitely don't mix. Now please direct your attention to the scare
I haven't tried that in
scraper.
Luigi's Mansion 2
Spooky?
yet.
Sure. Yet it also houses up to 8 players for local or online co-op gameplay. Defeat all ghosts before time runs out. Seek and find our dear misplaced toads. And face any challenges the tower throws at you. Together.
Oh, you could do 4-player? Oh, that's cool.
What a place to wake up in. A haunted hotel with floor after floor of oddities. Many traps and mischievous ghosts lurk within.
Is that a splatter shot?
What will befall our missing Mario and friends? And his dear brother Luigi? Their fate rests in your
Of course, King Boo's
hands.
there again.
Luigi's Mansion 3.
It's available in 2019. We're not going to even tell you when it's going to be coming out, besides what you already know.
So that was Luigi's Mansion 3, the latest game in a series that I personally love. And we can look forward to seeing some of the new
Even though there's
gameplay
no Bowser
elements
in the-
that
well,
await in this strange hotel as we dive deeper into
kinda.
this title on Nintendo Treehouse live at E3 2019.
I was gonna say, even
We'll be
though there's no
streaming
Bowser,
content some
but
you've never seen
King Boo
before
pretends to be
right
Bowser,
from the
I
show
think.
floor, including live gameplay of Super Mario Maker 2. And on day 3, our Treehouse staff will get their hands on some promising indie games that are new to Nintendo Switch.
Oh, you mean like
While
Cadence
you
of
watch
Hyrule?
today's Nintendo Direct, keep an eye out for this icon to learn what other games will appear on Nintendo Treehouse live at E3 2019. You won't want to miss it. Or this. Have a look.
Oh yeah, I got my Link's Awakening shirt. Netflix.
Ogre slept too long. Far too long.
Oh yeah,
Sing me your story. What has become of
wasn't Netflix gonna be at E3 or something?
Thra? No!
They're
What
gonna
have
keep
they
putting
done?
Netflix games on the Switch, but not like Netflix itself.
Evil takes root.
People are gonna be mad.
Darkness spreads. But from this dark light, brighter than the 3 suns, they spark to life. Heroes of Thra, strong and brave. Strength and bravery alone
Oh.
will not save Thra. No.
Watch out for that pillar.
Unlock your true potential. Unite as one. Only together can you defeat what is to come. Heroes of Thra. They're going to need all the help they can get.
The Dark Crystal. Okay. Oh, and here's Link's Awakening. Link's Awakening NX. Washed ashore, strange land, a castaway will seek the truth. So my theory is they're going to add something to it that will affect the title, which is why they've only said Link's Awakening so far. Oh, it looks so good. Can Link escape Koholint Island? Oh. Tall, tall heights. Tall, tall heights. Oh yeah, I hated that boss fight. I hated that fight. Kept falling down. That was when I was worse at Zelda. It was like, that was one of the first ones that I played. Oh? They're gonna add something? Huh. Some kind of dungeon maker? Okay. Super Zelda Maker. There's the egg. September 20th, 2019. Okay. That's like 3 months away. And they didn't give it a new title? Okay. Alright. Oh yeah, I should be crossing stuff off on the bank open.
Action RPG Trials of Mana is getting a global release on
I don't know
Nintendo
what that game
Switch.
is.
Set destiny in motion with the power of mana. Trials trials of mana.
I accidentally threshold the amiibo logo. See, I'm not paying attention to the direct at all now. Whoops. Collection of mana. Never played any of those games. I don't know anything about them. Except for Square Enix, I guess. But I mean, that's like hardly knowing anything about them. It's more I knew about Persona when they revealed Joker.
I'm looking for a woman with ashen hair. Seen her?
No idea what this game is. So I guess somebody talks to trees or something. Okay. Never heard of that game. Promised reunion of beloved students is Fire Emblem.
Let's all agree to meet back at the monastery
Yeah, that's
exactly
Fire
5
Emblem.
years from today.
Like a class reunion?
You will come, won't you? Years ago, we fought here as classmates.
As big class reunions go, this one's gotta be the worst in history. What should we do, Teach?
Kill every last one of them!
I don't know about that one. Maybe do something else.
Still, we have no choice but to eliminate those who cling to unreasonable ideas of justice.
Someone must put a stop to this cycle of the strong trampling the weak.
So the veil star consumes even the darkness itself.
Yet we have the strength to scale the walls between us, to reach out our hands in friendship so we can open our true hearts to one another. That's how we win!
My teacher.
Both sides of time are revealed to you. What shall you do?
How lovely it would be for this moment to last forever.
Yep, July 26, 2019.
Nintendo Switch is the only gaming console you can play not only on your TV at home, but anywhere you go. In fact, with a system like this, it might be fun to play Resident Evil at a location like this.
I don't play Resident Evil, so I don't know what you're trying to imply here.
This is perfect, right?
So are they promoting like going into oh no, they got the key, they're not breaking in.
No lights?
No lights. Hey, we're there.
We only got like 3 hours to play this before the battery dies. Because there's no power here apparently.
Okay. Let's do this.
Resident Evil.
Can you open it?
Try. See what's through there.
Damn.
Did it just eat him? It's gonna come back. Okay. Did I get it? I got it. Oh, I knew it.
Yeah, I don't have anything to say about this. I've never played Resident Evil.
Whoa.
Okay. I don't even know if this is new news that was announced because I think they're already putting Resident Evil stuff on Switch, but I don't know the difference because I don't play any of them. if they announced that stuff already. Okay.
Playing a Resident Evil game in a place like that might not be my way to play, but I bet you could find your way to play, don't you think? For now, please take a look.
Take a look. What is this? Is this more Resident Evil, or what is
Was
this?
today the 4th of July? If not,
No.
is the Empire striking back or what? Looks like things are gonna get weird today. Hey, she!
What is this?
Get some! As you can see, things got all funky real quick. There's probably some planet-eating type dude waiting for me up ahead. All yoked and powerful and trying to take over the world or something.
Oh, is this that one guy's game?
But don't you worry.
Like,
The hero descends. What? There are no heroes in this world? Oh, but there totally are. My name is Travis Touchdown.
Yeah.
I'm the last hero around, here to save the world. I'm also just a passing assassin. Now let's do this. Start the game.
okay.
Welcome back, Travis, to the Garden of Madness.
Yeah, I don't have anything to say about that, because I've never played any of those games. I have no idea what this thing is.
This is Kaiser. He led
guess
an
it's
elite
Kaiser.
team of Contras during the war. Hungry Beast! HB is actually a cyborg. I love him so much. This is Miss Harakiri and her alien gut bucket. They survived by merging together during the alien wars. The gentleman, the sweetest bug you'll ever meet.
You soiled my armor!
Okay, anyway. I was planning on starting this stream like 10-15 minutes before the direct started, so I had time to like go over this whole bingo thing and the list of characters I wanted in Smash. But I didn't have time, but I already went over it on Twitter, so you can click that and read that if you want to. Okay, Contra. I don't know anything about Contra, so once again a game I have nothing to say about. Oh, Daemon X Machina. Yeah, I still haven't gotten around to playing that demo. I should probably do that. The game didn't look interesting from 3D, but you know, neither did Splatoon when they first showed it, and I played the demo for that when they had that, and it basically changed my life.
Don't give up!
Begin the mission.
It's your call, rookie.
The battle's already started?
If you get in our way, we will eliminate you.
A new awakening draws nigh.
Still doesn't look that interesting, but I mean, like with Splatoon, it might just be one of those things that's more fun when you actually play it. September 13th, 2019, that's not very far away. And of course they're going to show it on the Treehouse again, because they have before. What is this? This... What is this? Is Spyro? I don't think this is Spyro. I think Spyro does more walking than flying, but I don't know. I haven't played much of Spyro. I played at a friend's house years and years and years ago. Danger Dragon? What? That's not. That doesn't say danger. It was just too blurry for me to tell.
Hello,
oh, Pokemon.
I'm Shinya Takahashi from Nintendo.
Is that Pokemon?
Earlier
music?
this month, we held a Pokemon Direct for the latest games in the series, Pokemon Sword,
So they are going to show a little bit
and
of that.
Pokemon Shield. The developers from Game Freak showcased the new Galar region,
Yeah,
the
this is
location
all
of your
footage
new
from that.
adventure, and some new Pokemon you'll encounter there. It will be a while until these games launch,
Yeah.
so please stay tuned. By the way, in these games, you can use certain functions of the Pokeball Plus accessory,
That thing.
allowing you to take a Pokemon from
Do I
one
get
of
a
these
Mew from
games
that?
out for a stroll through the real world with you. You may not be able to use the device as a game controller,
Good,
but
because
if
it
you
doesn't
spend
work
some
very
quality
well.
time with a favorite Pokemon of yours, then something good might happen. In the Nintendo booth at this year's E3, fans can play Pokemon Sword and Pokemon Shield
there's the water
for
gem.
the first time anywhere in the world.
It's the first time we're seeing that.
In this gameplay demo, you can challenge one of the gyms in the Galar region,
The new leader?
the one and only
Yeah.
Water Gym, where the Water-type gym leader Nessa will be there waiting for you. If you're attending this year's show, I encourage you to experience a battle between Dynamax Pokemon,
Oh, what's the
which is an
number on your
advanced
shirt? Because
strategy
that
from
might be
this region.
Dreadnaught's Pokedex number.
Also, immediately after this Nintendo Direct, stay tuned for live gameplay of Pokemon Sword and Pokemon Shield
Immediately after the Direct.
on Nintendo Treehouse Live. And now I'd like to shift gears. Please have a look at this.
Is this Astral Chain? Which I still don't really care about, but I don't know. Yeah, that's Astral Chain. I think that guy was.
I've been waiting for you. As you know, Earth is currently under extra-dimensional attack. Chimeras, like the ones you've just seen for the first time. At this rate,
Did that guy said that? Did that guy just say that thing's name is Tim Harris?
We're facing down the end of the
Oh no, he's a Chimeras.
Through blood, sweat, and years of research.
See that thing? That's named Tim.
The ultimate counter-chimeric weapon. By neurologically syncing captured chimeras with human operators, we established control and made powerful allies. I'm referring, of course, to the Legions.
Whatever that thing is.
I'll give you some parting advice. Your power, it's not the blessing you think it is.
When a Legionis and a Legion are perfectly synchronized, it's like they're two parts of one body.
No use!
It's
The
ice
override
climbers.
release isn't going through!
That's impossible.
And when half of that body is about to die, the Legion's survival instincts kick in to save it.
I can't take credit for the ice climbers connection. I
There's
saw
no
somebody
way!
say that
What
before.
good could this possibly be?
It's a long shot, but it's the only shot we have. It's all up to you, my friend.
A blessing from the Legion. Or maybe I should say, a curse.
We can't turn back now.
I've got to know the whole truth. He's still alive out there. I know he is.
Yeah, and there's the new logo that they already showed before. Okay, we're like 32 minutes in. Oh, I guess 30 minutes in. I forgot I was 2 minutes behind. Oh. Yeah, I don't know what to think about this. Stuff's like unburning and unbreaking. Time's going backwards. Empire of Sin? I don't know what that is.
Death by our hands is not an honor they have earned.
Oh, the Marvel
They
game.
deserve something much worse.
I still need to see it in game. I have to see Captain Marvel first. I'm a little behind. I'm not as behind as I was when Infinity War came
Even
out. I
with
had to
this
see like
stone
3 or
at
4
my
movies before I
command,
could
this
see
may
that.
not be a battle we can win.
Whatever's happening, we can beat it. Keep fighting.
Jump in anytime now, darlings.
They will pay for what they've done in blood.
All hope is fleeting in the face of Thanos.
Oh, Cadence Hyrule. Cadence Hyrule. I still have to. Oh, they mixed the Zelda theme with Cryptek or whatever it is, or the whatever the Cadence music is. Crypto Necrodancer. I still have to beat this game. I made it to like Area 3. Go Maracas. June 13th, yep. Dropping during E3. I didn't think it would be today because like Octo Expansion was like day 2 or 3 of E3. But and they're coming out with more Sports Mario. They got like a few more minutes left and they still haven't showed Animal Crossing. If they don't show that, people are just gonna riot. I'm kind of afraid for Nintendo at that point. Like, I'm patient, I can wait, but a lot of these people can't. They're just gonna come in, they're gonna like start tearing up the booth and smashing stuff at E3. It's not something you want to do at an event where you have people lined up to play the games. You're going to disappoint a lot of people.
So, what do you think so far? Now for some follow-up information on a game that fans have been waiting for. Please take a look.
Animal Crossing? Is it Animal Crossing? That doesn't sound like Animal Crossing.
Your attention, please.
That's a very strange
Nook Inc.
Animal
Getaway
Crossing game,
Package
I
charter
guess.
flight will soon
Yeah.
be arriving at the deserted
I was joking,
island.
but I guess it's a very strange Animal Crossing. Oh. Okay. Nook Inc. presents the Deserted Island Getaway Package? What is this? I set up my tent. The island's feeling less deserted already. What is this, Animal Crossing but you're on an island? Whimsy Axe. So is this Animal Crossing because you don't have a town? Do you eventually make it into an island? Or, I mean, do you eventually make the island into a town is what I meant to say. This looks good. This looks fun. Oh, you can vault over the rivers. You don't need to walk around anymore. You can make paths. Oh, this looks so good. Oh! That's a lot of players. Animal Crossing New Horizons? March... Oh, they put it into 2020. But not very far into 2020. It's your itemized bill. Nook clone. That's not a lot of bells, that's fine.
Originally, we announced this title as a 2019 release. However, we need to change its release date to March 20th of 2020. To ensure that the game is the best it can be, we must ask you to wait a little longer than we thought.
I just want it to come out so
we
they
hope
can make
you
more
look forward to
Splatoon.
the latest installment of Animal Crossing. On Nintendo Treehouse Live, the game's producer, Mr. Nogami, and the director, Ms.
Yeah, it's Nogami.
will come on for a live demonstration of some early moments in the game, so please stick around until it starts.
That would be free space.
By the way, there are many different types of games coming to Nintendo Switch from Nintendo and our partners. So, we've prepared a highlight reel to show you what's in store for 2019 and beyond.
So I put that as free space because even if
Let's
they
have a
didn't show
look.
Animal Crossing, Nook is watching a Smash trailer and we were definitely going to be doing that. Oh, Spyro! There it is! Rumor's finally done. It's coming out. That took a while to announce. Yeah, I think that was leaked. But I didn't know what it was, so I didn't really think anything about it. And they already announced that, so I don't know why they're wasting time showing it here. And that, I think, was announced. I don't play Skyrim or whatever there. Oh yeah, my friend Pager, that was from an old indie thing, whatever. That I think they announced. Okay. Yeah, I don't know what these games are at all, so I can't comment on whether they were announced. Maybe they were, maybe they weren't. Yeah. Dragon Quest Builders 2, that one's already out in Japan. Oh yeah, that's the Stranger Things game. Just Dance, which they're not releasing on Wii U, which would be annoying if I played Just Dance at all and didn't play it on Switch for some reason. So I guess it wouldn't be annoying. Super Mario Maker 2! I don't really care that there's no... Oh! More villains? Is it Porky? Is it Porky? Is it Porky? Is it Porky? What? What is this? Oh, K. Rool's there now. Oh, it's because it's rare. So it's Banjo. Okay. I haven't played Banjo, but I'm guessing that it's gonna be Banjo. Oh, this is a good way to have the trailer. Oh, people are freaking out right now. I've never played Banjo-Kazooie, so... No, it's actually DDD. Oh, it's actually Duck Hunt! Perfect trailer. Yeah. Although I don't know why they did that first bit where they showed all the heroes and villains, because this is a new franchise that's added to the series, so it doesn't fit the pattern. Like, unless Banjo-Kazooie is secretly the villain in like the new Mario game or something, or like, no, it would have to be some game that doesn't have. And then in the new Animal Crossing, he's the villain in the new Animal Crossing. Or no, he's the villain in the new Duck Hunt game. Duck Hunt. Anyway, yeah. I haven't played Banjo-Kazooie. Okay. Banjo-Kazooie. So are they gonna put those games on Switch so that I can actually play them? Fall 2019. Oh no, Microsoft's in there.
That obviously wasn't Duck Hunt Silhouette, was it?
Was it?
Please stay tuned for more information about DLC in the future. As for Nintendo Switch, we have more games in development beyond what we've shown you today. I'm looking forward to the day we can introduce them to you. Speaking of, before we end this direct...
Oh, one more thing?
I actually have one more thing to show
One
you.
more thing? Is it town? Is it
Thank you
Mystery
very
Dungeon?
much for watching. Until next time.
What is this? It doesn't look like town, at least. I don't know, maybe it is town. I don't know what this is. Okay. What? Breath of the Wild? New Zelda game? Still have to finish Breath of the Wild. What's going on here? Sequel. Oh. Yeah, I have to finish it now. I have to finish that game. I hope it's not as big as Breath of the Wild. I hope it's smaller. Breath of the Wild is too big. Okay.
Hey, good morning, everybody, and welcome to E3 2019. I'm Doug Bowser from Nintendo of America, and he is Bill Trinan from Nintendo Treehouse. We're here for the Nintendo booth.
So I didn't get a bingo.
We're going to spend a couple of minutes talking about what we just saw in that Nintendo Direct.
But there's plenty of stuff that got crossed out,
we're going to give you a
I
sneak
guess.
peek of the booth. So, Bill, I don't know about you, but I think there's a lot of folks out there that are pretty excited about what they just saw.
Well, Doug, I think it goes without question that I, myself, am a huge fan of the Legend of Zelda series.
Yeah, I'm just overwhelmed
like a lot of
because
people,
I
I've
still
put a
haven't
lot
finished
of time into Breath of the Wild. So, personally, I am incredibly excited that we're not getting new DLC. We are getting a full sequel, a brand new game in development for Nintendo Switch. So, hopefully everyone out there is excited as well. Certainly, if you're a Zelda fan, there was a lot to like in this Nintendo Direct. A lot of other things as well.
Oh yeah, that's three
lots of
different
games for lots of players, from Dragon Quest XI-S
We didn't get
to
any Splatoon,
even things like
unfortunately.
Panzer Dragoon, the Dark Crystal, Astral Chain, looking great. Was there anything in the Direct that stood out to you?
For me personally, I'm looking forward to Luigi's Mansion 3.
at all.
I'm
So
a
that's
huge
what
fan
this-
of the
this
series,
square was.
and I look forward to being
Persona
able to
5 was
walk
like in
through
case they were
the
just trying
various
to trick
levels
people
of
by
this spooky
making them
hotel
think
with my
Persona
sidekick Guigi.
5S would be
And the thing I'm actually really looking forward to
Persona
is the
5
new
and then
Poltergust
having it
and
be
its
something else.
updated capabilities.
We didn't see the
including
Goose game, we
slam
didn't see
move.
any
Seemed a
amiibo,
lot
we
of
didn't
fun
see the
killing-
stuff that's
killing
never there
ghosts
anyway.
killing ghosts with ghosts.
That's right.
And,
It
we
feels
didn't
really
see
good.
Metro
Yeah, I have a
Tranquility,
feeling
we
this
didn't
game's
see
going
Headband,
to
we didn't
suck up a little
see
bit
the
of my
new drip
time.
feed.
You just did that, didn't you?
That was a dad joke, sorry. You know, one other thing I'm really excited about is what we got on the floor here, and that is Pokemon Sword and Pokemon Shield.
That's right. I think this year is probably the most space we've ever dedicated in our booth to a Pokemon game.
That would be cool
the
if I
booth
was actually
looks
there.
fantastic. I think we're going to go ahead and give you a quick sneak peek of that. It's themed on the water gym, and what we've
water
done is
gym,
we have recreated the gym leader battle arenas. So everybody here at E3 is going to get a chance to play Pokemon Sword and Pokemon Shield in the environment of the gym Gym Leader Battle Arena, and I think that's going to be really great for them. But we have something special for everybody watching live. Our very first segment on Nintendo Treehouse Live this year at E3 is going to be Pokemon Sword and Pokemon Shield, and we're going to give people
have any 3DS, I didn't expect it, but I'm putting it there until they take the 3DS off store shelves.
That the team is almost
I
ready.
didn't expect Detective Pikachu 2 actually made this square before
we're going to get that kicked off.
Before they announced that.
Great.
Thank you everybody for watching, and
really
stay tuned for some Treehouse Live coming up right away.
Great. Thanks everyone for viewing. Make sure you tune in next for Treehouse Live. And tune in for the next 3 days to Treehouse Live. We'll have discussions with developers about the games that they're building. We'll give you some sneak peeks at some first play. And we really look forward to giving you a chance to see everything that we have to offer at E3 this year. Thank you very much.
Hi, everyone. Welcome to Nintendo Treehouse Live 2019. My name is Teresa, and we're here to kick off to the first view of live gameplay of Pokemon Sword and Pokemon Shield. I'm here with our very, very special guest.
Yeah, I haven't gotten the Breath of the Wild DLC. Or I mean, I did get the Breath of the Wild DLC. I haven't finished it, and I haven't beaten the game either. I've done like everything except beat the game and beat the DLC. I got all the Koroks, I explored everywhere, and I upgraded all my armor.
They're super, super cute.
I killed all the bosses and everything that are roaming around the world.
I'm also accompanied by Terry and Bill, who just cartwheeled into our segment over here.
But
all right, so
yeah, I have to beat the Champions Ballad and beat the game.
There was a lot of announcements.
I plan on streaming that eventually.
Pokemon
I don't
Direct
know when,
last week, and then there was some more information that came out this morning. Mr. Masuda, Mr. Mori, do you have anything to add to that information?
So we got Pikmin. Pikmin 4 is coming eventually someday, maybe in like 12 years, I don't know. Mystery Dungeon 5, please, you have a few more months to make a Gen 7 Mystery Dungeon. I mean, nobody would complain if that was just a remake of the first one or first or second games. Just with more Pokemon and everything. Mario Kart 8 Deluxe DLC would be nice. I want to see Octolings, Pauline, Waluigi Pinball,
Pokemon. I think that's really getting a lot
of fans
excited for the game.
That's just the one that people throw on these.
Yeah.
Danganronpa would be cool.
I'm really excited.
I don't know if
I think
it'll
we're
ever
going to
happen.
get a sneak
And
peek.
Town, where is Town?
Element,
it's coming this year, apparently.
Anything else to add?
That's right.
Still
I think
coming this
today
year?
was anything you can share about what we're going to be showing on Treehouse Live for everybody watching at home?
本日のこのツリーハウスライブでどういったことを見せることになるでしょうか。そうですね。先ほどのダイレクトで水タイプのジムの挑戦というところと、あとジムリーダーのルリナについて公開しました。今回のツリーハウスライブではワイルドエリアとマックスレイドバトルについて実際にプレイして紹介したいなと思います。
There's the characters I want in Smash. I guess I'm gonna cross Slime off that one now.
But in today's Treehouse Live, I want to demonstrate via actual live gameplay the wild area as well as some max raid battle gameplay.
That's right. In the wild area, is something that's brand new for the
DLC
Pokemon
characters
games.
is
We
people
have not had an area
seem
like
to
this.
have.
Can you maybe give people just a little bit of information about what it is?
Let me just tone this down a little bit. So, people seem to think that Reggie said it's going to be all third-party characters. He didn't actually say that. He just said it's going to be characters who aren't in the game yet, which is pretty much common sense, but, you know, that's PR talk for you. Because, like, last time, half of the characters, basically, were returning veterans, and they don't have any of those left to do, because everyone's already here. So, everyone's going to be new. I mean, people interpreted that as, oh, third-party characters, because their universe is just not in the game. But, you know, I mean, even if they are third-party characters, that's not at all like what he said. Like, at all. But anyway, Octoling is my first choice, of course. It would not be an Echo Fighter, because Inkling is based on Splatoon 1, Octoling would be based on Splatoon 2, and therefore use different weapons in its moveset. For instance, the final Smash would have to be different because Killer Whale is not there.
You can control the camera freely in this area to better find hidden items that are lying about, and also.
Yeah, I still need to play. I'm still way behind on Xenoblade. I'm trying to finish the first one on 3DS. I'm stuck on Agneritha and Wise Gremory, one of the unique monsters for Quest, so I can get the special area of the map or whatever before I move on to the next place. So I need to go back to that sometime. So anyway, Octoling would have to have a different Final Smash because Killer Whale is not in Splatoon 2. So it could be like Booyah Bomb, it could be Splashdown, it could be Tenta Missiles, any of those would work.
A random encounter, so you don't know which Pokemon you're going to encounter. We wanted to have a mixture of both types of encounters.
A mixture? They got a mixture of encounters. Do I have that too low? They got a mixture of encounters.
Yeah, that's great.
And then QB would be cool, mostly because when they have the trailer for them and they do the little zoom out thing where it's black and white, it'll just zoom into a box boy level because that's what they look like. Porky. I was hoping it would be Porky when they did the Banjo trailer. Just because
there's definitely a lot of Pokemon to encounter, and of course, as you can see here, the battle system, you know, it's the traditional.
So it's the 30th anniversary of the Mother series next month.
Defeat the wild Pokemon before you can catch it.
Also the year of the pig. And Porky is completely absent from Smash Ultimate despite being a boss in a brawl. So it would make a lot of sense to put him in Ultimate as DLC, but of course, you know, they're not going to do it. And then Paper Mario, which I've asked for years and years and years.
Within the game, as well
that would be cool to finally get him. And Helix, my favorite ARMS character. Waddle Dee would be cool, just because that would complete the set of Kirby characters. Phoenix Wright, I'm still playing through the Ace Attorney games, but it would be fun to have him in there. Wreck-It Ralph is like the most unlikely choice on here probably because not from like an actual video game, but he's still a video game character at his core, so I think that differentiates him from like Goku or something who isn't a video game character in the context of his series. As far as I know, I don't know anything about Dragon Ball Z, so maybe he is. And then the Prince from Katamari, I've been playing Katamari lately, so that's why I was thinking about that. And Monokuma, who at this point actually does have about as much chance as Joker did, because Joker was in a spin-off on 3DS, and guess what Monokuma was on? A spin-off on 3DS. He was in an Attack on Titan game. Oh, yeah, I'm not sure how he would work, but I mean, Sakurai will find a way. I guess, like, you do fight him at the end of Earthbound, I guess that's a little spoilery, but he does show up.
So we're talking about the different
Brawl
encounters, but it looks like Terry can also whistle to attract Pokemon. And
he has like a thing that he rides around in, like a big like spidery crawly thing. I don't think it would be Porky outside of that, because it's not like he has psychic powers like Ness or something. I mean, it'd probably be kind of big to have that, but you know, they've kind of adjusted the scale of characters in Smash before. That's why Olimar isn't super tiny.
Yeah, the whistle is kind of key to encountering.
So I guess he would have to be the same scale as Ness. I don't know.
You know, encounter them very easily.
It's not going to happen. So I guess I shouldn't worry too much about it.
At the same time, like you said, they're kind of different Pokemon react differently. Some might see you whistle and run away, for example, or others may be curious about you and approach you.
That whistle thing is interesting. So I'm not going to stream throughout Treehouse Live, but I want to watch it, which is why I still have it on here.
Just got my Metapod.
Expanding the party.
That's right. So I think for today's Treehouse Live segment, we're going to explore this part of the wild area as we kind of head closer to one of the towns in the game. And that should give us a good sense of this one particular part of the wild area, but clearly there's a lot more to
So if you cross off things that we know are actually coming on this bingo sheet, then you get the Goose Game and Head in Time, which would mean I would get a bingo there, except that's all things we know were coming, so that doesn't really count. Yeah, I randomly placed these, so it's not like I it's not like I arrange things to be where,
just a small portion of the wild area.
like things I think we're going to be shown
really
lined
there,
up.
there's lots of stuff to discover, and it's
Otherwise, I
much
wouldn't put
wider, there's
this
a lot
one
of
next to the
available
free
discover, for
space
example,
because
much
that's
stronger
like
Pokemon that
never
you may
getting
want to
crossed
try
out.
and seek out. 先ほどちょっとこうしゃがみながらこう草むらを歩いてたりしたんですけども、ポケモンによっては
I'm still tired because it's early. This time it's not because I'm sleep deprived, because I actually got like maybe 7 hours of sleep, which is fairly decent.
Yeah, we were actually just I think Terry was showing the
But
crouching down
it's just
motion
early.
where you can kind of get into the tall grass and quietly approach some of the more perhaps timid Pokemon. Otherwise, they might run away from you.
Yeah, I gotta finish Breath of the Wild. My plan was to first I wanted to play more Splatoon than Breath of the Wild, because right now Splatoon's at like 390 hours, Splatoon 2, and Breath of the Wild is at like 420 hours, so it's getting close. I want Splatoon to be number 1.
Yeah, since it's snowing right now, we might see a more,
so that's why I haven't been playing Breath of the Wild as much, because I want to get the hours up further. So I want to get Splatoon 2 up to like, I don't know, 440 or something. And then
now, of course,
I do have some Breath of the Wild stuff that I recorded that I want to upload at some point before I finish playing the game. So I've got beginning of the Champions Ballad DLC. I was doing the stuff on the Great Plateau for that. And then, oh, I shield clipped my way through Trial of the Sword. I did it right before the VR update came, on the off chance that they were going to patch that glitch out and I wouldn't be able to do that, but they didn't do that. So you can still shield clip your way through Trial of the Sword, and if you want to know what that is, just, well, you can look it up, but you can also watch my gameplay of
one
doing
of the
it.
other things that we saw in one of the Nintendo Directs was
but
that,
yeah, once I play Splatoon more, once I upload that stuff, then I'll have to come back to Breath of the Wild and stream it or something. Still have to. I want to finish the Champions Ballad DLC and then finish the game. Yeah, the bike. I was disappointed that I was disappointed about it not being in Sun and Moon or Let's Go. There's more to be disappointed about with Let's Go. But yeah, Tauros wasn't really the same as the bike.
Yeah, it really helps you get around the wild area very quickly.
The bike is it's smoother, it's easier to control.
So you can get some extra speed, and as you saw, you can just kind of seamlessly transition to.
And you don't have to hold down B to move fast.
Riding over the water, so it definitely helps you get around.
This is definitely a bike I wish I had when I was younger.
I hope the bike is still like that.
Definitely get you around.
Anyway,
and then, of course,
here's
we
my
also
Link's
see that
Awakening shirt.
there's
Got it from the Yeti
secrets out in the wild area
a few
for
months
players
ago.
to find.
なんかちょっとなんていうんですか、隠れ的なものもちょっと調べられてる気がしますね。
このワイルドエリアはいろいろそのキラキラと光ってるアイテムが落ちていたりするので、毎日訪れるとまた新しいアイテムを見つけることができますね。
Yeah, every time you come back, you'll find like kind of hidden items in different spots in the wild area, so it's a lot of fun to walk around and discover.
So
and of course,
at this point, I want to like stop streaming, but I'm just paying too much attention to this thing.
釣りもワイルドエリアではいろんなことができるん
Anyway,
ですけど、釣りもその一つですね。
Yeah, there's definitely a lot to do in the wild area, and as you mentioned, fishing is one of them.
いろんなポケモンに出会えるんで、もう釣ったりいろんなポケモンに出会ったりしてほしいなと思います。
A lot of different ways to encounter the variety of Pokemon in the area.
Anyway.
Now, one other thing that we've noticed here on the left side is that we're seeing some icons pop up on the left side of the screen.
Yeah, Let's Go is... I actually still haven't finished it. I like made it to the Elite Four, and I have like 138 Pokemon or something. Like it's disappointing because like the main thing that I don't like about it is just that it doesn't have most of the Pokemon in there. You can only get like less than 18% at most of the existing Pokemon, which is kind of ridiculous. It's even worse than when Sun and Moon and Ultra Sun and Moon didn't even have the national dex. like the thing I like to do the most in Pokemon games is complete the Pokedex. So when you take that out of the game, it makes it not that fun.
This stamp is signifying that he wants to trade with us.
And if Sword and Shield look really good, but if they don't have the national decks, then the highest they can be on my list of favorites is my 7th favorite.
So you can use these stamps to kind of invite people to battle, trade, or even try and get other players to join you in a max raid battle.
They have other players on the map there? What?
He's playing Gloria right now.
You obtained a pack of potatoes. Ingredients, though? What is that?
So there's a lot of different reasons that players will come back to the wild area, but you can kind of encounter them, other players, if you're connected in the wild area, and see them in your game.
That's cool. Anyway. So, as for closing off this stream,
and this works either via local wireless with other players that are nearby playing at the same time. You can also connect with to the internet to kind of play with other players from around the world.
So I keep paying attention to this.
That's right. It looks like now Terry has gotten to the town that we were heading towards.
Right, but there's some lights in the background. These red pillar lights. Could you guys?
Oh, they're gonna do a max raid battle. I might have to just watch the Sword and Shield stuff, just because I know that's interesting, and not everything they show in the treehouse is interesting to me. Okay, so
those are actually what are called Pokemon dens, and there's a red
Pokemon
light
den
emitting from them when there is a Dynamax
so
Pokemon
it's a Pokemon
inside.
den.
So the red light kind of represents the energy of the Dynamax phenomenon. And what that means for the player is that you can go there and encounter that Dynamax Pokemon in a max raid battle.
Well, perhaps we should show what the max raid battle is like.
Yeah, they are going to show it.
All right, so as we're prepping up to do said max raid battle, Mr. Mori, Mr. Masuda, could you explain a little bit more to the people watching at home about what the Dynamax feature is?
ちょっと Dynamax についてもう少し詳しく教えてもらっていいですか？
そうですね、これまでですね、メガシンカーとか Z 技っていう要素があったんですけども、今作ポケモンがパワーアップする新要素として入ったのがこのダイマックスです。
So Dynamax is actually a new way to power up your Pokemon in these games. It replaces what we've seen previously, for example, Mega Evolution and Z moves.
It replaces? Is that the right word to use?
そうですね、ダイマックスレイドバトルなんですけれども、好きな、ポケモンを1匹選んで戦うことができます。で、今回はボックスからも1匹選べるので、そこから1匹選んでルカリをちょっと選んで戦ってみようと思います。
And each player participating in the battle can choose one Pokemon from either their party or from the box. So it's important to choose one of your stronger Pokemon since you before you go into the max raid battle.
でも今回1匹なんで途中で交換はできないのでこの1匹大切に戦ってください。
And you only get to choose one, and you can't change during the battle, so you've got to make sure it's a good choice.
So make sure
strategy
you
and
don't
communication is incredibly
have
key
a
here.
Pokemon that's weak against it. Yeah, that Arcanine should be the one who
役割分
Dynamaxes.
担と連携がすごい大事になってます。
Yeah, cooperation between the players and also really determining the roles is going to be very important to defeating the opponent.
まあ例えばタイプ相性の強い良い技を持っているポケモンが中心となって攻撃してで戦況に合わせて補助技とか回復技で味方をサポートするっていうのがすごい大事だと思います。
So yeah, once you get into the battle, identifying maybe which of the 4 Pokemon will have the best type advantage to be the main attacker, and also like who can be the best kind of supporter or the Pokemon that will use healing moves.
Although no, I guess fighting's good against steel.
Yes, I'm playing as Togekiss, so for my first move, I've used Reflect to try to protect all of us a bit.
そうですね、僕はトゲキスを使ってるんですけれども、今リフレクターを出してちょっとチームを守ろうとしてます。
はい。
Thank you.
こうするとみんながこう守備力が上がるんで、これによってこう攻撃が強かったとしても防げることができます。
That'll definitely help protect against some of these powerful attacks.
Ground type, right?
Oh.
Or something.
Oh.
Is it ground type?
Alright, so I guess we should do roll call. I'm playing Ludicolo, so I'm actually just got hit. And as we can see here, Steelix is doing multiple attacks. Is that fair?
I mean, it balances out being attacked by 4 different people. So I'd say it's fair.
状況に合わせてやっぱり2回攻撃してきたりとかですねしますので、油断しないように戦ってほしいなと思います。
So yeah, when you're going up against a Dynamax Pokemon, sometimes they will take multiple moves, and so you really kind of can't let your guard down.
ジムトムでウィンディ使ってるけどちょっとでかくなっていいですか?
So I'm actually the Tom character here playing Arcanine. Is it okay if I use Dynamax?
Absolutely.
Yeah, that should be the
all the help we can get.
Yes.
ぜひお願いします。
ダイマックスなんですけども、
Oh, you see, it shows what they're gonna do over in the corner there.
で、プレイヤー側が
Arcanine's
順番
gonna
にダイマック
Dynamax.
ス権利が
I
回って
guess
きます。で、バトル
I
中
guess
に
that it shows what type of move they've selected or something, or if they're still thinking.
タイミングも非常に重要となっています。
The ability to use Dynamax, it actually rotates between the players each turn, but your team can only use Dynamax once throughout the entire battle, so it's important to kind of identify what the
so that
exact
way
right
they-
timing is to be able to exploit its power.
So yeah, obviously a lot of strategy goes into these Dynamax raid battles.
結構じゃあ戦略性の高いバトルなので。
そうですね。で、ダイマックス技を使うと、
So,
その効果によって
looks like the Dynamaxed Arcanine
炎の技
is bigger than the Dynamax Steelix.
Yeah, and you can see that there are once
Even
you
though-
Dynamax, the Pokemon's moves will all turn into
Isn't
max
Steelix
moves, which are
normally
much
a
more
bigger
powerful,
Pokemon than
and they also have
Arcanine?
these added effects, like you saw
I gotta look
the
this
drought
up.
was just triggered based off Arcanine's attack.
Like, does that
Yeah, they
mean
look
if a
really
Wailord
cool.
Dynamaxes, it's not going to be just ridiculously
迫
huge?
力がすごいありますね。
Yeah, definitely. I think it's very impressive.
And as we can see, Steelix just put up a
Arcanine
barrier
is
around him.
6'3", same height as me.
そうですね。今日照りになったので、ソーラービームが一旦で出せましたね。で、これもまた、連携のすごいいい連携
Yeah,
だと思います。
Steelix is 30'2",
そうです
so
ね。で、バリアなんですけども、
I don't know what's going on
好き
here.
なバリアというものがダイマックスに貼られてまして、
Yeah,
で
well, I
ヒット
do.
ポイントがこう減ってくると。
Yeah, I guess there's some kind of maximum
with the
size that
barrier,
they can have
what
or
happens is
something.
once HP is
It's not
reduced,
just
it'll put up
gonna
this kind of barrier that you have to
make
take down
them
before it'll
all
actually start taking lots of damage again.
X
で
times
この今
bigger
ゲー
than
ジが
normal.
5つあるんですけど、ダメージを与えるごとに1つ
So
の
I
ゲ
guess
ー
Wailord
ジ
isn't
が減っ
just
てき
going to
ま
be
す。
ridiculously
で
huge.
攻撃力が低いポケモンでも高いポケモンでも1ゲージずつ減っていくので、この時はもうどんなポケモンでも攻撃してこのバリアを壊していった方がいいですね。
But you can see that there's a couple of different parts to the gauge, and each time you hit it with a damaging attack, at least one of those will be reduced. So even if your Pokemon isn't particularly powerful in the attack department, it can still reduce the gauge by just using a damaging attack.
ダイマックス技だと
That wasn't a whole lot of
2ゲージ
damage.
減らすことができますね。
Oh, or was the gauge
Well, yes,
that
as
they
you
were
can
just
see,
talking about?
my Togekiss used Dazzling Gleam, which is not particularly effective, but was still good enough to break that barrier down.
Mysterious
そう
barrier
ですね、今
protecting
そんな
Steelix,
に
huh?
威力の高い技を使わなかったんですけども、
はい
それでもゲージが減ったということですね。
そうですね。なんで攻撃力がないポケモンでもこういった場では活躍することができます。
So it's a good opportunity for even the weaker Pokemon to, participate and really contribute to the fight. And Dynamax moves, if you use it against it, it'll actually take down 2 gauges, two slots of the gauge.
ゲージを壊したんで、あとはもう本当に倒すだけですね。
So yeah, you guys have broken down the barrier, so now you just need to defeat the Pokemon.
Defeat this tiny
Very
Steelix.
close, but one thing that we haven't talked about is that storm that's kind of lurking around Steelix. Could you talk a little bit about that?
That's something, that's Dynamax energy or
あれは
something,
もうダイマ
isn't
ッ
it?
クスしたポケモンのエネルギーがこう頭上でこう
It literally
現れ
says
ている
Dynamax energy.
That's really the kind of the energy of the Dynamax phenomenon just kind of brewing above their head.
Yeah,
もうちょっとで倒せますね。
because if you notice, it does that above the player too when they Dynamax. So, can't just be a thing with this battle,
集中させたり
Follow
with
you,
these
make
battles.
Togekiss the center of attention.
お、これで
Like even in the gym battles, I
Trying to
think
do
it was
the
there.
there it is.
いった
マサさん倒しましたね。
Nicely
お、倒し
done.
ましたね。
Throw a Pokeball
And we
now.
didn't have a single Pokemon faint. That was actually pretty good.
今回1匹も気絶してないので、よかったです。
はい。
So now all of us have a chance to actually catch this.
Everyone has a
steroid
chance.
form.
Some people
by
were
catching
thinking, oh,
it,
only
can
one
we
player
add
has a
them to our
chance.
party?
But no, it's everyone like in Pokemon Go.
手持ちのポケモンとして加えることができるということでしょうか。
あ、そうですね。なんでこのポケモンを倒すとゲットするチャンスが生まれます。で捕まえるとポケモンをそのまま手持ちにすることができたり、結構実はいいアイテムも手に入ることもできます。
捕まえた。
So yeah, you can actually, every player who participates in the battle are able to get a chance to catch it. But even if you don't catch the Pokemon, there's still a variety of rewards for the players that participate to get items and such that will help be beneficial in their adventure.
Just like Pokemon Go raid battles once again.
プレイヤーとか友達とぜひ遊んでほしいなと思います。
So it's definitely something that I hope players will be excited to play along with their friends, but also other players from around the world.
Yes, my daughter has really gotten into Pokemon with Pokemon Let's Go, so I'm very excited to be able to do raid battles with her in Pokemon Sword and Pokemon Shield.
そうですね。レッツゴーピカチュウ、レッツゴーイーブイで娘がすごいポケモン好きになったので、結構こう一緒にマックスレイドバトルができることを楽しみにしております。
そうですね。
So I think Masuda-san, I think there was another topic that you wanted to touch on.
実機プレイは多分以上になると思うんですけど、松田さんからお話ししたいことがあるっていうのは聞いたんですけども。
はい、そうですね。ちょっと皆さんにお伝えしたいことがあります。ポケモンホームはポケットモンスターシリーズとポケモン GO のポケモンたちを集めることが新しいサービスで、もちろんこのソードシールドとも連動します。
Yeah, there's one thing I'd like to talk about, and it's about the Pokemon Home service that we recently announced. So it will connect with the Pokemon RPGs as well as Pokemon Go to allow players to really gather all of their Pokemon in a single location. And of course, it will also work with the Pokemon Sword and Pokemon Shield games.
ただしここでこれまでポケモンバンクのサービスをご利用していただいているファンの皆さんにちゃんとお伝えしたいなと思っていることがあります。
But there is one important change from the previous Pokemon Bank service that I want to tell all of its users about.
これまでのポケットモンスターシリーズは例えばサンムーンではアローラ図鑑に含まれていないポケモンも全種類をポケモンバンクから連れてくることができました。
So in previous games that worked with the Pokemon Bank service, you were able to, for example, in Sun and Moon, bring over any Pokemon even if they weren't in the Alola Pokedex.
Yeah.
でハードが任天堂スイッチになって、ポケモン1匹ずつに対しての表現自体も非常に豊かになりました。
But with the transition to the Nintendo Switch hardware, with its it being much more powerful, allowing us to be much more expressive with each of the individual Pokemon.
でもう一つポケモンはもう今では図鑑番号でいうとやっぱり800を超えてます。
And now we're well over 800 Pokemon species in the games.
でその中で1匹ずつ大切にクオリティを上げてバトルバランスも取って、限られた開発期間の中で最新作をお届けするためにどうするかっていうのは長い間議論を重ねてきました。
And at Game Freak, we really spent a lot of time thinking about what the best way to move forward was, really preserving the quality of all the different Pokemon, while also, taking into account the battle balance, having so many different Pokemon available, all within, a limited development time, so we don't keep fans waiting too long for every new entry in the series.
その結果、今作から対応方針を変えることにしました。
And after a lot of discussion, we decided to come to kind of a new direction.
つまりですね、ポケモンホームとソードシールドの間を行き来できるポケモンをガラル図鑑に登場するポケモンに絞ることにしました。
And so what that means for Pokemon Sword and Shield is that players will be able to transfer their Pokemon from Pokemon Home only if they appear in the Galar region Pokedex.
図鑑の舞台に合わせて冒険の舞台に合わせて異なって登場するポケモンを決めています。
So we were very careful. We spent a lot of time really thinking what the best selection of Pokemon to match the setting of the adventure would be.
さらに詳しい話は今後の取材とかインタビューでちゃんと説明していきたいと思います。
So I'll talk more about the details in future opportunities such as media interviews, but I wanted to let you know today.
ただポケモンバンクを
glad they I'm glad they didn't keep us waiting on that though. I'm glad I didn't have to beat the game and be like, so where's the national Pokedex? Where's the national Pokedex? That's what Sun and Moon was like.
Of course, as somebody who's been hunting for a lot of shiny Pokemon and Pokemon.
Oh man,
any of those Pokemon that
That
do
makes it
appear
worse than
in
Sun and Moon.
Pokemon Sword and Shield,
That
will
makes
still
it
be
worse
able
than
to
Sun and Moon. That
transfer,
makes it the worst
from
generation, in
Pokemon
my
Let's Go
opinion.
into Pokemon Sword and
It's
Shield
over.
through Pokemon Home, correct?
Doesn't matter how good the rest of the game is. Like, it's gonna be fun, I'm sure it's gonna be fun, but to me, it's gonna be the worst generation.
そうですね。ホームを
Just because of that.
経由して連れてくることができます。
Oh boy.
That's great. Well,
そうです。
And he's like, oh, by the way, the Galar region Pokedex includes every single Pokemon. That's the only way they can fix that.
かなりのポケモンが出てきますし、
Oh, I'm mad.
ポケモンのボリューム、ゲームのボリュームとしてもかなりの
I'm just disappointed.
満足いただけるようになっていますね。
Yeah, in the Galar region, you're going to find a lot of Pokemon, including a bunch of Pokemon that no one has discovered yet. So the games are definitely chock full of content.
ガラル図鑑を完成させるのも非常に大変だと思うんですけども、皆さん頑張って集めてほしいなと思います。
And it will be no small feat to complete the Galar region Pokedex, but
Yeah, it will be because it's going to be small, apparently.
In the region.
I mean,
yeah,
it's
well,
always a
I'm
small
excited
feat to
to
complete
see
the
how
national
the story
events, at least
unfolds
in
and
the
to
recent
explore
games.
both the region and the wild area.
Back when you had
is
to
there
find
anything else that
Feebas,
you
it
want
was
to
a
add
little
before we
trickier.
say goodbye and move on?
非常に今回のゲームのストーリーとか、ワイルドエリアの探索っていうのを楽しみにしてるんですけれども、ちょっと最後にお二人から視聴者に向けての何かお言葉ありますでしょうか。
そうですね。先ほどマックスレードバトルを4人でやりましたけども、やっぱりやっていてなんか楽しいんですよね。ちょっとなんですかね、今までのポケモンの中ではなかった新しいシステムになってますんで、やっぱり4人でワイワイ楽しく友達と一緒に遊べるっていう仕組みはすごい皆さんにぜひ体験してもらいたいなと思ってます。
Yeah, for me, it definitely is the max raid battles we just showed off. Playing together with your friends in this kind of cooperative battle feature that we've never had in the Pokemon series before is really just a lot of fun. I hope fans of the series will look forward to being able to try that for the first time.
そうですね。ワイルドエリアでいろんなプレイヤーと一緒に冒険したりするのってすごいやっぱり楽しくてですね、ローカル通信で友達と一緒に遊んだり、インターネット通信を使って世界中のプレイヤーと出会って、
point out all the Pokemon that are hiding in the background of the trailers and stuff for Sword and Shield, because those are the only ones we're going to be able to get. Because now you don't even know if you can get your favorite Pokemon in there unless you've seen it. Like, I don't know if I can get Suicune in there. I don't know if I can get Fennekin in there. I don't know if I can get Chikorita, Cyndaquil, Totodile in there.
As we get ready for our next segment
Probably
here on
not,
Nintendo
'cause those ones
Treehouse
are
Live,
starters.
we are going to go down to our
Legendaries.
Luigi's Mansion booth and give you all a sneak peek at what people are going to experience here on the show floor. It's a very, very special booth. So take a quick look at that, and then we will come back in just a few minutes for our very next segment, which I think a lot of people will be looking forward to very much. Thank you very much.
Hey guys, I'm Morgan here with Audrey, and we're
in a haunted hotel.
Yeah.
Everyone stay calm.
So they're just going straight to the next
I mean,
segment?
we're in the booth, but this is like a fully built out
They usually have a waiting
haunted
period.
mansion, which is sort of where the game Luigi's Mansion 3 takes place.
I think it might actually be haunted, but let's find out and take a look at this.
Yeah, so we just wanted you guys at home to get a look at this. This is where we've got some players in here now, but this is when the booth opens soon. Fans are going to get in here to play the game, but also
can they like not make the Pokemon more expressive so that they can still include all of them?
Jack-o'-lanterns, you know, the whole...
Yeah, standard issue cauldron full of green goo and fish.
Absolutely, there are ghosts showing up all over the walls, so be careful, watch your step.
Yeah. And we can see
So this is why Splatoon's become my favorite game series, because they've
All of our
kind
Mario
of
friends have been X'd out. That's just not nice. It's a little foreboding.
they've kind of made
Not sure
the
if you guys will be able
Pokedex
to hear the
completion.
music at home, but there's a lot of sort of just sound effects
Well, Sun and
happening.
Moon made it harder to do
I don't
because you
even
had to
know.
keep
What kind of
track of
sounds you
everything
hear in horror
yourself
movies?
because the
It's
game wouldn't
spooky,
tell you
it's
if you had the
true.
Pokemon
And
unless you went to the
every
GTS and checked.
Oh, yes. And then every now and then you'll hear Luigi go, Mario!
But then Let's Go Pikachu and Let's Go Eevee, they only let you get
Of course, you wouldn't have a haunted
18%,
hotel.
like
without a
less than
bellman.
18% of the Pokemon
And there's a
to
little
begin with. So
black, there's a shape back up
Yeah.
here, something hanging from the wall.
We better investigate, because that's what you do in horror-themed areas. Oh, it's fine. Morgan, why did you get scared like that?
I don't know. I don't know how that happened.
That's just creepy.
There's just things in here that
Yeah.
things just happen.
It's fine.
So,
It's
of
a little
course-
reception desk, because we're at a hotel again. So, but nobody's here, Morgan. That's kind of strange.
A little closer.
Okay.
Well, it's an abandoned lobby here in this haunted hotel. Nobody needs to worry about any of that.
Spider come down the wall over there.
Yeah, got more Bellman.
Anyway, well, I guess I should try ending the stream. Again, I already got through
all
the
over the place.
Sword and Shield segment.
See over here, we've got all the gameplay happening.
I need to try finishing the Luigi's Mansion. I got like one regular mission, one
Ghost just flew by.
Keep your eye out.
boss
They're all over
battle,
the place.
and then like the final boss, I think. Like I looked a little bit at a walkthrough just to make sure I can get all the gems and everything as I'm going.
The atmosphere of Luigi's Mansion 3.
Yeah.
Only maybe it's a little
And I do have all the gems
you're
now.
actually inside of it.
Yeah, I think so. I'm excited to see this place once people get in, because again, we're inside the convention center. It is so, there's so many like blackout curtains or whatever that I do not feel like I'm inside. I feel like I'm in somewhere else completely.
Absolutely.
It's
If
really,
you're
really
here,
cool.
we encourage you to come and check this out. If not, we're gonna brave this haunted hotel for
So
you.
yeah, I'm not streaming tomorrow. I usually stream on Wednesdays. I'm not streaming tomorrow because I want to watch the treehouse. And it's gonna be easier
That's
if
right.
I can
People
watch
are gonna be able to check
that
out the game
instead
here,
of stream.
and of course later on Nintendo Treehouse.
So
Live
instead, I'm
at E3,
gonna
we're get some live,
upload an
gameplay
old
footage
Mario
of this
Kart
game as well,
stream,
so please look forward
which
to that.
was from like
Let's head back
September.
over here toward these. Some of these.
Yeah, beware of ghosts again.
Still have to finish editing that.
I love those sound effects
plan on
that you hear
uploading
piping in all over the place. We've got coins.
around the usual time,
we've
as
got
close to it as
ghoulish
possible,
laughs.
which,
Yeah, we've got
which
some
would be
fog.
like 2.
There's some fog coming in too from like I don't know where it's coming
We
from.
don't know where it's coming from, guys.
You don't know? You don't have? You didn't get fog machines or anything?
So let's go
There's
back over
just
to
fog
these,
there?
These shapes over here. We
Okay.
didn't quite get a good look at all of them. There's a standard issue skull on a I don't know what, a platter. This is like a
Standard issue
giant-
skull comes
looks
from
like
a human
stein.
head, you know.
Why don't you have a
Green
sip,
goo.
Morgan?
Yeah.
I'm sure it's delicious.
Your legs are also glowing.
I
There's
know.
some sort of lighting
this
effects
is
in here.
completely
happening.
normal.
And
And there are
then,
more ghosts. Everywhere you look, a different ghost is popping up.
yeah, so I'm not streaming
really,
tomorrow, but
really
I
cool.
should be streaming
like this
next
is
week.
one of
I
those
won't
booth
have a
experience,
class
people that
to
come
be
to the Nintendo booth.
at
If they come
in the
in here, they're
morning,
not
so I
gonna
might actually
forget
make it
Oh, no.
at 2
it
when
really
I plan
is
on
immersive.
starting.
You just lose yourself in the
I
game.
don't
You're
know
in
what
the
game I'm
world
gonna
right
do
now.
yet. Oh, I think Mario Kart. I'm gonna do Mario Kart now that I'm not gonna be sleep deprived.
We've got some cool
So,
chandelier
now
action
that my
over
brain
there.
I haven't seen
can run
Luigi
on
yet. I feel like
200
Not yet.
slide through
cc
the wall.
along
I
with the
know.
carts
That
instead
was
of
actually
just
pretty terrifying.
going at 20 cc.
Oh, and that song, that music.
Yeah,
You've got to love that
So
music.
yeah,
Ooh, all right, well, we're going to see gameplay of this later, but right now we want to take it back to the stage for
Still have
the
2
first
people
live
watching.
gameplay of something else completely, something much happier than this. Animal Crossing New Horizons.
Animal Crossing
Don't go
gameplay?
anywhere.
Oh,
Bye.
I might have to stay for this now.
Welcome back to Nintendo Treehouse Live at E3 2019.
See, as soon as I get into
And
some
what we've got
third-party
coming up
thing
here
that
is
I
something
don't
that
care
I think
about,
a lot
that's
of
when I'll
folks
I'll
are
wrap it
highly
up.
anticipating.
Yes.
Okay.
This is the world premiere of live gameplay for the newest title in the Animal Crossing series, Animal Crossing New Horizons. We're going to be going into further depth in some of the stuff that we saw in the Nintendo Direct, but but showing off
Yeah,
some
yesterday
brand
was
new
my-
stuff. So
my
before we get
Animal
too much
Crossing New
further,
Leaf Town's 6th
I'm Sam.
anniversary,
I'm
so
here
I
with
played
Sam
it
from
and
Treehouse.
did the
Also,
ceremony and
but we also
everything.
have
Reset it
Kogo-san
like
and
a half a
Nogami-san
dozen
from
times
the
to get
development team
Anka to
give
show
us some
up.
development insight. Thank you so much for being here.
Because
And
only 2
Noriko
villagers
also will be
from
translating.
your town show up to that.
So just to kick us off here, I think fans of the Animal Crossing series who watch the Direct right off the bat notice that this time you're sending them to a deserted island, which is quite different from the games that we previously had in the Animal Crossing series. Can you tell us a little bit about why you chose a deserted island as the setting this time?
そうですね、今回無人島という舞台にしようと思ったのは大きくは2つあります。一つは今まで動物の森シリーズっていうのはどこかの村に引っ越していって一人暮らしをしてその村の中で暮らしを楽しむっていう遊びだったんですけど、今回スイッチで新しい動物の森を体験していただくにあたって
I just want
なんか
bat
そ
villagers is
の
the main
流
thing I
れ
want out of
で
this game.
全く新しい体験ができないかと思いました。
So one of the reasons that we thought about having the player live on a deserted island, there's actually 2 main reasons. And one of the reasons being that previously in the legacy titles, we had the player come to a pre-existing village and then have them start a life there and from scratch. But we thought maybe we can give the players a new experience.
もう一つは、 そうやって無人島っていう何もないところを一から作
Yeah,
り上
I've
げていくっていう
still
と
only
こ
played
ろ
New
で
Leaf,
今までだっ
so
たらもう最初から村として存在していたために選択肢としてなか
I
っ
don't
た
have
その
much of a
新しい選
background
択の
with
自
Animal
由ってい
Crossing.
うところでも新しい体験をしていただけるんじゃないかと思いました。
And then another thing that we thought
Though I
was
have played
by
like
giving the
600
players
hours,
a
so
choice
there's
of
that.
freedom to build something there, something that they may have not been able to in previous titles, that we were able to give them that opportunity to build everything from scratch. We thought that would be a great experience.
Awesome, and I know folks have been waiting a long time to get a chance to look at this title, so why don't we hop right into the game and give folks a look.
じゃあちょっと今日は見ていただきたいと思います。
So I'm going to start off.
So I think one of the things that to continue on what Kyogoku-san was talking about expanding the freedom. Animal Crossing has always been a series about freedom. You could choose to spend your time however you want, fishing, collecting bugs, pulling weeds. But I think we're going to see here is how much that has been expanded.
And I love everything about
E3,
their
yes,
outfits.
yes.
They're ready for island life. Tom Nook and Timmy and Tommy look so ready to go.
And they're talking about E3. The line between the real life and Animal Crossing life is blurring even further.
They know we're watching.
今回たぬきちたちはたぬき開発という新しい事業をしていまして、でその無人島パッケージプランに参加している形になります。でママ吉つぶ吉もそのたぬきちを手伝って一緒に働いています。
So Tom Nook & Co., this time around, they have a development company called Nook Inc. And then the player is set to be relocating to the island through Nook Inc.'s Deserted Island Getaway Package. And then Timmy and Tommy also have a store in there, too.
It's definitely a bold new business plan.
Of course
I
they
like
have a
it. Even when
store.
they're in a beautiful tropical
They
setting.
send you to an
they're thinking
island
about the business.
where they have the only store.
And
That's the
before we kick off,
perfect
exploring
Monopoly
too much, can we
scheme.
talk a little bit about what we're seeing right here?
はい、これ最初この島に
And
移
you can
住し
see the
て
map in the
まだテ
corner
ントを
and-
張って、ここをベースに暮らしを始めたばかりの状態になります。ちょっと中も入ってみたいと思います。
So this is where your island life starts. This is the tent that you'll get, and then we decided to pitch it on the beach.
このように
That
ちょっ
doesn't
とま
sound like a
だ
good place
始
to
めた
put
ば
your
かりなので、
house.
サヌ吉に最初に支給してもらった
Like, what
簡
if
単
there's
な
a
家具
flood?
しかない状態です。
So this is how it looks inside the tent. And then we only have bare minimums that Tom Nook gave us at the moment.
I think that's key. He really did only provide you with the bare minimum here.
Oh.
ちなみに今
We
回
got half
このよ
tiles?
うにハッピーホームデザイナー
We
で
got
も
half
そうだったん
tiles.
ですけど、家具を今
Like
ま
a
での半
happy
分
home
の
designer.
単位で
This
動
is
かせ
probably
るよう
what
に
she's
な
saying
ってい
right
ま
now.
す。
And this time around, just like Happy Home Designer was, you're able to move the furniture in half units
Yeah.
around the buildings.
で今までより自由な部屋作りを楽しん
Can
で
you
いた
do
だ
it
け
with the
ると思い
touchscreen?
ます。
And then so I think
Or
this will
with the-
allow
with
you
the
to
grid at
have
least?
more
Because it wouldn't always be a
versatility in
touchscreen
home
if you're
decoration.
in the dock.
And worth mentioning here, so we're not at the very beginning of the game. It's early, but when you start, there's not even a tent there.
ちなみに家具なんですけど、動画で見ていただいた方お気づきだとは思うんですけど、今回このように全て
So
の
what is
家
that,
具を
20
フィール
slots?
ドに置くこともで
Is
き
that
ま
more
す。
than
And as
usual?
for the furniture, I think
Wasn't it like
many
16
of you
or
have
something?
noticed in the video, but you can also place them
Oh.
outside.
Oh, that's new.
でフィールドで草原もなんですけど、テントも含めてそのビーチ、今ニューリーフの時は浜辺には公共事業をしたり家を建てたり
You
で
just
きなかったんですけど、
sleep on the beach and just
今
wake
回
up
浜辺
floating in the
も使って
ocean.
より自由にカスタムができるようになっています。
And then not just the furniture, but also the tent itself. You're able to place them on the beach. This was something that you couldn't do in New Leaf, but we're able to do that.
で今回動画でお見せした
Nook
DIY の
Miles.
要素と、
Oh, that's the
今
phone.
お見せしたそのフィールドに家具を置けるという要素ですね。
So it's like
こ
Pocket
の
Camp
2つをメインにご紹介
except
して、
no
今こ
horrible
のフィールドまだ
microtransactions
無人島で何もないんですけど、ちょっとした家具
mobile
を作
game
っ
stuff.
ておいて、で今回ツリーハウスライブの記念に写真撮影をするということをや
Yeah.
ってみたいと
I
思
mean,
います。
it's like Pocket
So there are
Camp,
two
just
main
the part where you have a
elements that I
phone.
want to
I
show
mean.
you. One, both of them are something that you saw in the video. One of them is the DIY recipes, and then the other one is being able to put furniture outside. So since we're here at E3 at Treehouse Live, I think I want to make that as a goal and then
Call Islander.
start doing that right now.
Sounds great.
今これはたぬきちから最初に支給されたスマホなんですけど、その中にDIY の自分が作れるレシピのアプリがあります。この中から作るものをちょっと決めたいと思います。
So this is a smartphone called Nook Phone that I got from Tom Nook. And then there's a DIY recipes app. So I'm going to browse around and look for something that I want to make.
DIY はこの道具ですと
So do you
か
make
家
it
具ですと
yourself
か
or do you
島
send
で
it to
取れるい
Cyrus
ろん
again?
な材料を使っていろんなバリエーションのものが作ることができます。
And then these DIY recipes include everything from tools to furnitures. And you can use a lot of the materials that you can find around the island.
ちなみに雑草とかも今無人島で草だらけなんですけど、雑草を使ったDIY なんかもあります。
So since we came to a deserted island, there's a lot of weeds growing around on the island, but those things can also become a material to create something.
じゃあ今ベンチを飾って座れるようにしたいなと思うんで、このログベンチを作ろうと思うんですけど、木材を取る必要があるので、まずは木材を取るためのこの斧を作っていきたいと思います。
So I want to make this log bench, but in order to make the log bench, I need some hard wood. So I am going to first make this axe.
So I wonder if, as we're looking around here, could we just take a look at up in the sky, because it really is a beautiful day.
そういえば動物の森ってファンの皆さんご存知だと思うんですけど、現実の時間に連動していて、
You just go around picking up rocks.
その
Okay.
風景が移り変わっていきます。
So I think a lot of the Animal Crossing fans already know this, but the game clock is actually linked to the real time. So the seasons and the time of the day, it changes according to the clock that you live in.
で今まで北半球の季節にしか対応していなかったんですけども、今回南半球の季節も選択できるようになりました。
And until the previous titles, we only had the game set in northern hemisphere, but from New Horizons, we have a southern hemisphere as well, so the users can play in the southern hemisphere atmosphere as well.
これ北半球の6月なんで夏の風景なんですけど、南半球で6月に設定すると今度冬になったりします。
So right now, since it is June and it's set to June in northern hemisphere, but if you have it set to southern hemisphere, then it'll be in winter.
It's really cool, I think, being able to give players that flexibility. So if you live in the southern hemisphere and you want the seasons and things, the weather to kind of
I'm sure
match more
plenty of
like what
people
you
will
were
just set it to the
experiencing
other
in real life,
hemisphere so that
you
they
can have
can
that
get
choice.
items and stuff.
And we got lucky here,
trade
I
with
think, that the
people.
weather is so good for the stream, because you never know what's going to happen in Animal Crossing weather-wise, but this looks gorgeous.
斧の材料が揃ったんで、では次 DIY をしてみたいと思います。ただ私は作業台を今持ってないので、作業台を貸してもらえる場所にご案内します。
So now that I have all the materials for Flimsy Axe, I'm gonna go somewhere where they're gonna let me do this for free.
これたぬきちたちの案内所になっています。住民の生活をサポートしてくれるすごく便利な場所になっています。
So this is the resident service area by Nook Inc. And then they support all the residents on the island with their lives.
I love how proud they are of your accomplishment. I feel like Tom Nook's always proud of you.
ちなみに他にも、この案内所には豆吉だったら何かいらないものを買い取ってくれたりですとか。
So other functions of the resident service, Timmy would buy something that you don't need in the inventory.
雑草も買い取ってもらえるので、草をそのままワイルドなフィールドを楽しみたい方はそのままにしていただいてもいいですし、もう綺麗にしたい方は草をむしってここで買い取ってもらうといいと思います。
So we've mentioned weeds on the island earlier, but if you want to clean it up, then you can clean them up and then sell it to Timmy, or you can choose to leave them as well, because why not, right?
I kind of like it. It matches the rustic setting. You're on a deserted island, having it look a little wild is kind of cool.
In contrast, I picked every weed on my island.
でもちろんちょっとした買い物もすることができます。で道具もこのように売ってたりもするんですけど、お金が余っていたり、もちろん買って済ませてもいいですし、自分で 拾って材料を作ってもどちらでも自由に楽しんでいただければと思います。
So as you can see, you can do a little shopping here too, and then you have the option to buy the tools, purchase the tools here as well. But I mean, you can basically, you'll have that freedom of whether if you want to buy them or if you want to collect the materials on the island and then make it yourself.
でちなみにこのたぬき市のこの案内所でもう一つ特徴的な新しい機能があります。でそれがこのヌークマイレージになります。
So one of the new functions here is Nook mileage, Nook miles.
でこのヌークマイルというのは、実際のマイルのように例えば今回お出かけ飛行機に乗ってお出かけするんですけど、その飛行機に乗ったりですか、そのショッピングをしたりとか、今この斧を実際作ってこのように DIY ツールを作ったことに応じてとか、島で過ごしていろんな体験に対してマイルをもらうことができます。
So Nook Mile kind of works like the actual airline mileage programs. So when we moved out here on the airplane, you got miles for that. And then a lot of the activities that you do on the island, you also accumulate miles for that.
I'm just suddenly so tired after finding that out about Sword and Shield.
Axe, so we got miles
I
credit
just want to go
for
to bed.
that as well. And then so there's so many ways to acquire these miles and then also use them as well.
ちなみに日本語ではたぬきマイレージですね。
It's called tanuki mileage in Japanese.
でこのマイレージを貯めるとなんかいろんなサービスとかまたオリジナルアイテムと交換できるので、マイレージによってまた新しい楽しみと遊びが広がるようになっています。
And then these miles, you'll be able to exchange them for items and other activities. So it's a new way of enjoying the game.
It is really nice that it feels like you can progress doing any kind of activity that you enjoy in Animal Crossing. On top of it just being a fun way for you to relax, you're making progress in the game. You're having a chance to earn some of those rewards.
And you can earn those rewards for doing things that you didn't always earn rewards for before, like even just picking weeds. Sure, it made your area more beautiful, but it didn't really give you anything else.
Yeah, you got badges for picking weeds. You did it enough. I have a beautiful town, so weeds barely
Since I now
spawn.
have the flimsy axe, I think I'm going to start collecting hardwood.
And here we can see just the variety.
What?
Collecting things has always been a part of Animal
So
Crossing.
you hit it with the axe and it spits out wood, but the tree doesn't get chopped down? If you keep hitting it, does the tree get chopped down?
What am I going to do with this? What am I going to make with this next? こうやって斧を使って木から木材を切り出すことができるんですけども、ちょっと今今回時間も限られている中で木材って集めるのが大変なんで、今からちょっと野上さんに手伝ってもらおうと思います。
So as you can see, I can use this flimsy axe to collect hardwood, but since we have a limited amount of time today and there's a lot of hardwood to collect, I think I'm going to recruit Mr. Nogami here and have him help me out.
What?
Right on. どのようにするかと言いますと、今コールアイランダーというアプリを使うと同じ島に住んでる住人同士で一緒にプレイすることができるようになります。
I guess you can't open the gate at the train station if there's no train station because it's a deserted
there's
island.
There's an application called Call an Islander, and then when you call an island, you'll be able to call another resident on the island.
He's got the Squid Research Lab outfit on.
So since Nogami-san has a house on this island as well, he can come out and help out. Nogami-san, I love your outfit. That's awesome. Looks very appropriate for a squid researcher.
I don't know why I'm wearing this outfit, but all right.
It's a good look.
このようにそのジョイコンを裾分けして同じ住民同士で
Yeah, I
遊
hope
べる
there's a
の
lot
が
of
実は
Splatoon
動
items
物
in
の
the
森
game
シリーズ
because
では
they
初
did
め
add
ての
some
体験になります。
in New Leaf when they did the welcome and leave update.
To be
And
able to
Pocket
play
Camp,
with
of course,
your
has all the
friend or
microtransaction
family
garbage
by
with it.
sharing Joy-Cons,
Still trying to get those last three. They added the fortune cookie
something
again,
that's
but
very new
that's
to
another subject.
the Animal Crossing franchise.
でこうやって一緒にやることでもう木材集めなどもはかどるので、今までだったらこう一人ずつ別々に遊んで、見ているしかできなかった時間差でもちろん楽しんでいただくこともできるんですけど、今回こうやって同時に遊んでいただくことができます。
I wouldn't be surprised if like only the main player is able to chop down the tree.
With New
And that's why he
Horizons,
hit it
you're
and
able
nothing
to
happened
play
before.
together and then cooperate in sense, and then so it's basically a whole new way of playing together.
And just as you're collecting this material here, looking at the wind blowing through the trees, the graphics, it's really just beautiful to watch. But I'm also really drawn to the sound effects here. Nogami-san, can you talk to us a little bit about the sound design for this game?
そうですね。今回のニューホライズンズではよりこうユーザーお客さんにこの没入体験を楽しんでいただくためにいろいろな工夫をしています。
So there's a lot of things that we've experimented and then we've tried out for the users to have that immersive feeling when they're playing this game.
でそのためにはフォーリーサウンドという手法を取り入れていまして、例えば砂の上を実際に歩いたり、あるいはちょっとスタジオの近くの草を買ってきて踏みつけたりして足音の音を録音してよりナチュラルな音を再現しています。
And in order to achieve that from the sound perspective, we adapted this technique called Foley recording. And then what it essentially does is record a natural sound and then use it as a sound effect in the game. So we sometimes walked on sand to get that sound, or got some grass from around the office.
Standing in front of a bench making leaves.
あと今、
草がち
ょっと揺れてるのが見えると思うんですけど、今度は風を表現していまして、風が強くなると木が揺れたりっていう風になんていうか現実の空気もちょっと再現しています。
So you can drop it or
and
place
another
it.
thing that you
Interesting.
probably noticed is that the leaves on the trees are kind of moving, and then this is actually expressing the wind on the island. So depending on how strong the wind is blowing, some of them sway a little bit harder.
And the sound of the wind is really beautiful too. It's very relaxing and immersive.
じゃあベンチがそう言ってる間に出来上がったんですけど、ちょっとまだこれ1個だけでは寂しいので、もう1個何か作ってみたいと思います。
So now I have a bench, but just having a single furniture is a little bit sad. So I think I'm gonna make something else too.
何か野上さん。
そうですね。僕がキャンプファイヤーを持っているので、それのちょっと大きい版のボンファイヤーを作ってみましょうか。
So since I already have a campfire, why don't we make a bonfire? Looks a little bit bigger and more fun.
ボンファイヤーは、キャンプファイヤーと木材を使って作ることができます。で、このように何か DIY で作った家具を使ってさらに作るというような DIY もあります。
So bonfire, you'll be able to make that with some wood and a campfire, which is an item. There are items where you will need another item to create. So there's a lot of variety in these recipes.
じゃあちょっと野上さんに交代します。
So I'm going to change the leader to Mr. Nogami.
このように今誰がリーダーでその誰に付き添ってプレイしているかっていうのが分かるようになっています。
As you can see, there's a little flag on top of Mr. Nogami's head, and then that shows that he's the leader, and then you'll be able to tell who'll be leading that gameplay.
Wait, a squid?
Nogami-san, are you walking around with a squid?
Yeah.
なぜかイカを持ってますね。なんでこんなもん持ってるんでしょう。
I don't know why I have a squid, but I always have it in my pocket.
Why don't you have an octopus
僕これキャンプファイヤーを持ってますので、はい、これをとこれとこれを拾って、はい、10個あるんで、じゃあこれで。
Okay, so since I already have a campfire, I'm gonna pick up the wood and then I'm gonna go craft a bonfire on the workbench.
So that's one of the things that's really wonderful here for the first time in the Animal Crossing series, being able to play side by side at the same time with other folks who live on your island. This idea that you can have your different inventories, swap back and forth who's in charge, and then take advantage of that. You can actually have up to 8 players living on a single island, and 4 of them can play together this way just by sharing Joy-Con on a single system. So if you've got someone in your family, their thing is, I just really like collecting this material or that material, you can kind of share the load a little bit as you work on your island and then come play together. You're all enjoying the experience at the same time, and you're taking turns and trading and making these much bigger crafting projects. But on top of that, with the folks on your island, there's also local wireless and online multiplayer that we're going to be able to talk about hopefully more later on. But with that, it can be 8 people all gathering on a single player's island to have the same kind of fun activity side by side.
I was going to say, hopefully, I should hope they'll talk about it before the game comes out, but maybe they were talking about like over the next few days.
Players there, that was actually made using that feature.
じゃあちょっとボンファイヤーできましたんで、ちょうど写真を撮るのにいいロケーションを探しに行きます。
そうですね。私最初のこのテントの周りを豪華にしたいんで、じゃあここにぜひ置いてください。
じゃあさっき作ったボンファイヤーを置きます。
So since Bond...
Yeah, so you can drop it or you can place it. As I noticed before. Probably pretended to do that on accident, I'm guessing.
So since we now have a bonfire, we hunted a location. Miss Kyogoku hunted a location, and then decided that around the tent would probably be the best place. And then so they're going to decorate this area.
Maybe he legitimately
and
got
then
it mixed up because it
Miss
is a different
Kyogoku
language
also
for him.
mentioned that there's a place an item and drop an item option, and then the players would be able to choose whether they want to place the furniture, like decorate the furniture, or just place the leaf.
It is really incredible. It opens up your entire island, really, the same way you decorated your house. You're going to be able to put stuff in so many interesting places
home
and really
designer
make
where you
your
can
island
put
feel
stuff
like
in the
your
front
own.
yard.
じゃあこんな感じで場所も整ったので写真を撮ってみたいと思います。
Okay, since we have the location and we have everything set up, I think I'm going to take a photo.
カメラはもちろんそのスイッチの本体機能で撮っていただくこともできるんですけど、そこスマホにもカメラのアプリがあります。
So of course you'll be able to use the switch function, the switch camera to take a photo, but we also have a camera app on the Nick phone.
このカメラを使っていただくことで、ズ
What switch?
ーム機能だったり、
What?
フィルター機能
Oh,
とい
you
うの
mean
があっ
the
て、なんかより
captures?
自由
I
な
was
撮
like,
影を
this
楽し
switch
んでいた
doesn't
だ
have
け
a
ます。
camera. What are
And
they
by
talking
using
about?
this camera app, you're able to
Talk about the
select
capture button.
filters or zoom in and out, and then so you'll be able to take photos that you desire, that you can decorate a little bit more and have more freedom with.
It's a nice way to commemorate a big project, or when you've got a bunch of friends hanging out with you, take a little group photo.
じゃあこのちょっとポーズも決めて写真を撮ってみたいと思います。
Okay, I think I'm gonna strike a pose and then take this photo.
And something that folks maybe if they're very sharp-eyed are noticing, there's a little sort of spout that's coming out of the sand not too far from you. We can't really show this too much yet, but there's actually clams living on the beach, and if you dig those up, you can craft
power clams? You can craft
fishing
power
bait
clams?
using clams. So worthwhile keeping that in mind if you're really into fishing. That's going to be a lot of fun for folks who want to catch some really cool fish too.
今この辺りにいましたよね。
Oh,
僕ら
I think I saw some spout coming out here.
Oh, nice! Got it.
ね、このようにDIY レシピっていうのは例えば動物から教えてもらったりとか何かこのアイテムを手に入れたことがきっかけでひらめいたりとか、買ったりとか、いろんな手段で DIY レシピが増えていきます。
So DIY recipes, you'll be acquiring them through other animals, or when you acquire a new item, that's something that that you'll also be able to acquire, or you'll also be able to buy them at stores as well.
I think it's interesting how that's really going to mix up players' experiences, depending on how you and maybe a friend of yours have been experiencing life on your island and what activities you've been doing. You might have quite a different collection of recipes at your disposal. So then when you have a chance to get together and play together, it might be, oh, by the way, what have you been making?
Oh,
what
there's a doc
What did
on
I
there.
find? This is how I got this recipe. But it's a nice way to kind of share that knowledge and information as you play.
そうですね。今日お店初めてアニマルクロッシングニューホライゾンお見せしましたけども、なんかだいぶできてるんじゃないかっていうふうに見えると思うんですけど、実は我々開発スタッフにはまだまだこれからやらなければいけないことがあります。
So as you can see, we've shown you some of the gameplay of New Horizons, and then you may think that a lot of this is close to being done, and yet there's a lot of elements that we still want to work on.
2020年3月20日の発売日に向けて我々スタッフ一同頑張ってますので、もう少しだけお時間をください。
So I'm sorry to ask, but if you would let us work a little bit longer and release this game on March 20th, 2020.
I got too many games I need to play anyway.
Very much appreciate it.
Well, I can certainly say, based on the experiences I've had having a great time with this game in the office, it's very much worth the wait. So I know, folks, if you're fans of the game, it's hard to be patient, but it's coming together so beautifully.
I still have things I have left to do in New Leaf.
Working on the game, I'm just ready to
I
get
still
my
need to
island,
play
but It'll be soon. And
September and October, and then I'll have played it at all times of the year. And I still want to finish the museum. I still need like 10 more pieces of art.
この動物の森を楽しんでいただけるようにともう少しお時間いただくんですけども、楽しんでいただけるものを作るに引き続き開発頑張っていきますので、もう少しお待ちいただければと思います。
So we'll be asking you for a little bit more time in order for us to have you enjoy this desert life on an island for a very, very long time. So we're all working hard to.
I played nearly for over 600
so
hours.
Thank you very much for your understanding.
Kind of afraid of this game.
If you wanted to hang out with some of your Animal Crossing friends, you could check out Animal Crossing Pocket Camp on smart devices. It's free to download. And there's a lot of stuff that's been added to that game since we released it. So please check that out. But that's all the time we have for today for Animal Crossing New Horizons. Thank you so much, Sam, Kyogoku-san, Nogomi-san, and Noriko.
It's like, feels like I'm
coming up next on Nintendo Treehouse
I'm
Live,
just
we got the Legend
doing
of Zelda
things
Link's Awakening. Stay tuned.
Bye.
Like, ooh, Link's Awakening next? More stuff. Again, though, why are they calling it Link's Awakening? Why are they not just calling it something else? I'm still gonna call it Link's Awakening NX. If it never gets an actual like unique title, I'm just gonna call it Link's Awakening NX forever, I guess. I'm still disappointed about Sword and Shield. I want to just go to bed, go back to bed, but I can't do that. I like how they have that little toy thing. They have like a little, you know what I'm talking about, at the booth. See, if they didn't announce Animal Crossing, people would just be knocking that stuff over right now, and they wouldn't even show the camera. They would just focus on the E3 on the Treehouse Live stage, and they'd be like, and you'd be able to hear people chanting stuff about how they wanted Animal Crossing in the background. But, oh, you can move the Gordos. I need to replay Link's Awakening. It's been many years. Well, not too many years, more like 6. Which is like still a fair amount of years. I think it was like my 6th favorite Zelda game, so I'm glad it's getting remade because that's still pretty high on the list. The Zelda games are all fun. Oh, you can kill those? Those aren't Gordos. I don't remember. Are they called the Gordo? What are they called? Let me check Zelda Wiki. Sea urchins. They resemble Gordos. Okay. I should probably not use the keyboard that my mic is right next to. Yeah, sea urchin. Okay, that's how you can kill them. Yeah, it's like my second favorite 2D Zelda game after A Link Between Worlds, which is my favorite Zelda game. I think my list was like Link Between Worlds, Wind Waker, Skyward Sword. I didn't like the gameplay that much, but I liked the story and the characters a lot. And then Majora's Mask and Twilight Princess. I don't know if those might have been in the other order, and then Link's Awakening after that. Breath of the Wild, though, that might come in at number 4 once I actually finish it. I'm refusing to place it until I have seen the end of the game. But I'm thinking number 4 for now. It might be different. I'm not sure. It's nice how they're showing us all this Link's Awakening stuff before they actually show it on the treehouse, instead of just having a screen that's like, we'll be right back, and playing music. I mean, they are playing music. They're just showing us this too. Still have a bowl of cereal over here I haven't finished. See, I kind of want to hope that they'll add the rest of the Pokemon to Sword and Shield later. Oh, here it comes. But like, it's different from.
Welcome back to Nintendo Treehouse Live.
It's different
Dan
from Ruby and
Osen. I'm
Sapphire.
here with Audrey, Sam,
Like
Yoriko, and Mr. Aonuma. We are going to take a look at some live gameplay of the Nintendo Switch version of one of my favorite Legend of Zelda games, The Legend of Zelda: Link's Awakening. So, Sam, please go ahead and kick us off.
Yeah, absolutely. This is a fine choice for favorite game, Dan.
Yeah.
As you can see right off the
It's a good
bat,
one.
this is a beautifully reimagined version of Koholint Island. It looks like a clay diorama come to life, honestly. There's a beautiful... Sorry, I had to break the pot. It's over now.
Walking to Terran's house, start breaking his pots.
I know.
That's nice.
But
That's
I
polite.
love this beautiful tilt shift visual effect we've got going. There's
it's
kind
gorgeous.
of an ethereal haze off on the corners of the screen. So it's just a really lovely reimagining of this classic game. And since we're lucky enough to have Aonuma-san here, I was hoping perhaps you could tell us a little bit about the creation of this art style and why it was chosen to reimagine Koholint Island.
本作でこのようなアートスタイルを選んだ理由など説明していただけますでしょうか。
このゲームのオリジナルは実は私がまだゼルダを作る前のねゲームなので、
Did they
私は
change
この
the
ゲームは
Yahoo
本当に
in
一ユーザーとして純粋に楽しんだんですよ。
or something?
And so, actually, this game, I wasn't actually involved in the creating it. I was just a player playing this game.
Oh.
で、その時その当時ね、ゲームボーイで遊んでるわけですけど、このゲームボーイの小さなこの画面からその
Oh yeah, they changed it in the Virtual
広い世
Console
界が広がってるみたいな
release.
そんなイメージでずっと遊ん
They
でたん
removed
です
the
けど
Yahoo.
その感覚を生かす形でチルトシフトって言ってね画面の上と下にこうちょっとボケが
They
ボケが
changed
発生
it
しますけ
backward,
ど
I
ちょう
guess.
どそのミニチュアのジオラマの世界を覗いてるみたいなそんな感じのイメージになるようにグラフィックを考えてみました。
And so when I played it on the original Game Boy version, it was on this small screen, and it felt like a small world, but very vast as well. And so it was kind of had this tilt shift perspective, and so that's why I thought this miniature diorama-like art style would be perfect for this game.
It really is the perfect way to bring this world to
Is
life.
that the kid who says, I don't know, I'm just a kid?
I didn't mean it. I'm sorry, Mutt. I didn't mean that. I only mean to hit Kukos. So,
Don't do that either.
Don't. Yeah, don't do
we
that.
could disagree on that point. So I'm
There's
going
the
into
Yoshi
the
doll.
game shop here, and even fans who played the original game are going to notice a little bit of a difference here because there are actual, real crane physics going on here.
Oh.
So I'm going to try my best to get this Yoshi figure, but it's pretty difficult with the crane.
Yeah, the crane physics make this a lot more fun, I think.
And speaking of Yoshi,
It's looking good.
Oh, I might.
Oh.
Am I gonna
It's
pull it
looking
off?
pretty good.
Oh.
Oh,
Oh.
no. So close.
Oh, so close. I know. But speaking of Yoshi, that's not a face that you usually see in Zelda games. So
It is in
since
this
we have
one.
Dan here who worked on the original localization of the game, perhaps you could just really quickly I want to ask Dan what it was like to see a Mario face in a Zelda game for the first time.
Well, I was surprised as anyone. You know, I think the team was trying to create sort of a otherworldly atmosphere and bringing in some things that would make people kind of wonder, you know, what's going on here. Yeah. And I think that adds to the mystery of the story and is really like a great feature of this game. And I think really makes it feel like a different world.
Yeah. Absolutely, it really does. And like we said, this is a true. I'm going to try and get that heart one more time. I won't make people watch me fail over and over again. I do.
Just keep going.
But this really is a truly classic Zelda game brought to life. So I was hoping Aonuma-san could tell us what it was like returning to a more traditional Zelda game after working on The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild.
ブレス・オブ・ザ・ワイルドが完成した今、またこういった伝統的なゼルダに戻ることについてお話しいただけますでしょうか。
まあこのゲームも26年前に作られたゲームなんで、もう今やなかなかそれを遊べる機会も減ってきてたんで、いつかはリメイクしたいなっていうふうには思ってたんですよ。
And so the original Game Boy version was released 26 years ago, so it's a little bit hard to get your hands on the original game. So I've always wanted to remake this title.
I mean, you can play it on 3DS, but
so very glad that he did.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not complaining that you're
じゃあなぜ
remaking it
今
for
な
that
のかってい
reason.
うことなんですけど、やっぱりそのゼルダの今までの伝統的な遊びをこう変化させて生まれ変わったブレス・オブ・ザ・ワイルドを多くの人に遊んでもらって今だからこそこういうねまた伝統的なゼルダのゲームも新鮮に楽しんでもらえるんじゃないかなと思って今リメイクすることにしたんです。
And so why now, you might ask? It's just because we thought, well, Breath of the Wild broke the convention of Zelda, and now because a lot of people have played Breath of the Wild, they could go back to something a more traditional Zelda like Link's Awakening, and we hope that this gameplay will be fresh for people.
It absolutely feels brand new. I've played Link's Awakening probably a million times, but this feels like a brand new game. It's absolutely delightful. And so now that I somehow managed to get that Yoshi doll out of that crane game, I'm going to chop all the grass in the world. No, I'm not really. This Yoshi doll is actually a part
early
of
enough that
a
it can be.
pretty
Oh, that's the kid that says, "I don't know, I'm just a
trading
kid."
quest in this game. So I'm going to go into this house, which I love looking around. There's so many little details in this house. There's like
Get a
chopped
screenshot
up
of it
piece of
actually,
fruit
'cause
on
I
that cutting
saved it in
board,
my
all these little
reaction
beds in a
folder
row.
I love how they're all bunched up together.
Yeah.
I suppose if you want to get into the one at the very end, you have to get in the first one and just roll all the way over.
Absolutely. So before I do this lady a favor, I didn't mean to throw that at her baby.
She's holding a baby.
I didn't mean to throw that at her baby, but I'm doing her a solid here, so it's fine. I'm gonna break her pots, throw things at her baby, and then give her a Yoshi doll.
Okay,
Yeah.
fair trade, I suppose.
Absolutely. And so in exchange for that, I got a ribbon, and then I can exchange the ribbon with someone else in this world. So everybody wins.
So I know that Audrey touched on it a little bit earlier with Dan, but Dan, you did work on the original
Paint is kind of messed up, this version of Paint, so
yeah,
Control
and
Plus doesn't
this
evenly
world
scale
is
it,
filled
but
with all kinds of
I don't know, I'm just a kid.
And quirky characters. And I was wondering if you had any particular favorite.
It's really hard to pick a favorite because there's so many. I was trying to think of a good answer for this, and the only one I could remember was that alligator named Sail.
Oh,
Yeah.
To sell you things.
Right.
I don't know why he stuck in my mind, but I just thought it was very funny that there was an alligator named Sail who would sell you things. But I'm curious what Aonuma-san's favorite characters are again.
青沼さんの一番好きなキャラクターは誰でしょうか。
はい、そこに今画面にいますけど、
It's
ワンワン
Bow
っていうね、マリオに出てくるキャラクターですけど、本当にネタバレになっちゃうんであんまり言えないですけど、すごい活躍をしてくれて、もう僕はずっとこのワンワンと一緒にいたかったぐらいです。
And so, as you can see on the screen, my favorite character is Bow Wow. You know, he's kind of maybe a familiar face from the Mario series. And I won't go into too much detail because I don't want to go spoiling everything. But, you know, I honestly hope that I could travel the whole world with Bow Wow.
That's a solid choice. And look, there's a little baby one.
Oh, yeah.
Adorable. And so my favorite character is actually Marin, and I'm going to go and talk to her right now. The story actually, again, we're not going to spoil anything, but Link is shipwrecked on this island, and Marin actually rescues him. And so then he has to go and try and find a way off of this seemingly inescapable island by finding the 8 instruments of the sirens and awakening the windfish. And Marin here is singing my one of my all-time favorite songs, Ballad of the Windfish. It's an original song from this game. It's absolutely heartbreakingly gorgeous.
It's hard not to get emotional listening to it.
It really is. I'm not going to tear up. I promised myself I wouldn't, but it's really beautiful. I have to go ahead and grab this Kuko just to lighten the mood so I don't cry. But
all of the music
to the segment.
Yes, Zelda's known for its music, and this game is no exception. The music, the sound design, everything is just expertly done, as all Zelda games are. And so, one other thing I want to do here is I'm going to jump in a well, because that seems to me like a good idea.
Don't try this at home.
So there I go. And my brilliant plan paid off.
Yeah, in this case, you're rewarded for it.
Yes. Don't try this at home, kiddos. So, we already asked about your favorite character, Aonuma-san, but there's so much to love about this game. Could you tell us what your favorite thing about this game is?
Or whatever.
さっきこの今作で好き
I'm
なキャラ
slowly
の話を
remembering
して
a
いただ
little
きましたけ
bit
ど、
more of
今
this
作で
game.
アノマさんが好きなことは何でしょうか。
このゲームね、2D マリオのプロデューサーの手塚が作ったっていうこともあって、さっき言ったワンワンとかマリオのキャラクターがすごくいろんなところに出てくるんですね。
So, as many of you may know, Mr. Tezuka was involved in creating Link's Awakening, and so, as like characters like Bow Wow, you see Mario characters that usually aren't in the Zelda series.
であとダンジョンに横スクロールの画面が出てきたりとか、今までというかこの後もそうなんですけど、ゼルダにない要素がたくさん入っているとっても異色作なんですよ。
And so, a lot of the dungeons even have side-scrolling stages, which is again not very something you see often in the Zelda series.
Although at this point, like a third of the previous Zelda games were side-scrollers, so
感動させられるようなシーンもあったりして、その世界観がすごく好きで、私はこの後ゼルダを作っていくことになりますけど、この作品には随分影響を受けたように思います。
And so. The characters also are very memorable. They're lively, they're comical, but they also bring tears to your eyes, you know. And so, a lot of that influenced what I had to do when I was developing Zelda going forward.
Absolutely, and you may have seen a second ago, I was using my shield. I want to point out that a huge UI improvement of this game is that your sword, shield, things like your power bracelet, Pegasus boots are always equipped, which is a huge improvement on the original because that frees up your Y and X button for whatever else you want to equip, and it just makes things a lot easier. And that's one of the things I really love about this version of the game is that it retains the classic feel and personality of the original, but with the just perfectly refined UI of modern Zelda games, which is really, really cool to see. And one last thing I'm going to point out here in Maybe Village is we see Dampe's shack mentioned on this sign. And that's kind of interesting because Dampe was not originally in this game. And what is he doing in this game? I'm not going to tell you, but we're going to tell you a little bit later in this segment.
They show it?
Just a little bit of a tease. But I think I've explored Maybe Village enough, and I'm going to go ahead and show us a little something else.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. Full of secrets on this day.
Yeah, this is awesome.
Yeah, we're very, very excited to announce that the Color Dungeon is indeed in this version of the game. The Color Dungeon was first introduced in the DX version from the Game Boy Color, and this is the complete version of this. So, as I said, we're very, very happy to confirm that the Color Dungeon is in this game.
Right. Color maybe not quite as novel as it was on the Game Boy Color, but still really neat to see that all of the content of that DX version is represented here.
Absolutely. And as you can see, these camo goblins kind of sink into the ground in their various colors. And as you can see, I'm going to break
You
the
have
pots.
to break pots.
I'm sorry.
Because we're playing a Zelda game.
Thank you for your patience, Aonuma-san, while I break all these pots. So this is a puzzle. I'm not going to go too far into this dungeon. I don't want to spoil it for everybody, but basically you hit these switches and it changes the switches next to them. I've played this about 1 billion times, so I know what I'm doing here.
You know what to do here.
Yes. And I'm not going to go too much farther, but I would be remiss as a Zelda fan if I let this clearly bombable wall pass me up.
All right.
So it's got cracks in it. It makes a different sound when you hit it with your sword. It's begging to be bombed. So I'm going to go ahead and do it justice.
Oblige.
Boom. And I'm rewarded with a
And
room full of
rupees.
rupees, which is one of the best things in the world.
Please
let's
collect
be
them all.
honest. I'm going to get them all.
Okay, thank you.
We can go about our business. Da-na-na-na. I'll stop being a nerd now and just get the rest of the rupees. All right, and that was all I'm going to show you of the color dungeon. As I said, it's just kind of a sneak peek, and now we're going to show you something that's brand new to the game. Take it away, Sam.
That's right. So we
The
saw this
Dante
in
Zelda
the
Maker
Nintendo
thing?
Direct. But there was a new little bit that was added to the Legend of Zelda Link's Awakening for Nintendo Switch. So just as the Color Dungeon was brand new content for the DX version, what we've got here for the
NX
Nintendo
version?
Switch version
The
is
NX
called
version?
the Chamber Dungeon. And just to give you an idea of where we are in the world here, we're in Taltal Heights, and we're just slightly to the east here of this Moblin hideout. We see this new location. And this is something that DX players might recognize as being the camera HUD, but in this game, it's something brand new.
It looks like a shack.
Yeah, it looks a little bit like a shack, and it's filled with our friend Dampe here.
He was looking for an adventuring assistant, too. I think.
Right, yeah. So this is something that I actually wanted to ask Anuma-san about the introduction of Dampe into the world of Link's Awakening. He wasn't originally here on Koholint Island, so would you like to talk a little bit about what he's doing here and about maybe some of the inspiration behind the Chamber Dungeon?
断片の紹介とあとパネルダンジョンについてお話しいただけますでしょうか。
このダンペイさんって、時のオカリナから出てきてるキャラクターで、墓守の設定の人なんですけど、今回その人に新しく登場してもらって、そこでパネルダンジョンという新しい遊びを体験してもらおうと思います。
And so many of you may know Dampe was maybe in, I think, Ocarina of Time, and he was a gravekeeper there. But in this game, he's going to be the one that introduces you to the new game called Panel Dungeons, or Chamber Dungeons.
パネルダンジョンっていうのはそこまでクリアしてきたダンジョンの一部屋をパズルのピースのようなパネルにしてですね、それを並べることで実際のそのダンジョンがアレンジできるっていうそういう遊びで、そのお題をですねこのダンペイさんが出してくれるっていうそういう遊びになってます。
And so what are chamber dungeons? So they are
I
where
didn't see
you
you were
can create
asking
your
about
own
the color
dungeons.
dungeon.
If you complete a dungeon,
Yeah.
you get pieces that you for each room that
Yeah,
you cleared,
I would've-
and
I
you can rearrange them
pretty
to
much
make your own
expected it,
dungeon.
even though I
And so
haven't played
Dampe
it.
will be the
I
one
knew
that
it existed.
introduces you to challenges in creating chamber dungeons.
でダンジョンもねユーザーが自分でアレンジできるって遊びは前からゼルダに入れてみたいなってずっと思ってたんですけど、誰もができるようにするために難しいこと考えなくてもできるパズルを解くような感覚でやるとそれを解くとダンジョンができるっていうね、そういう遊びにしました。
And so I've always wanted to create a way for players to create their own dungeon, but I didn't want to make it anything too hard. So just like a puzzle or solving a puzzle, I wanted to make this chamber dungeon easy enough for people to play and feel like they're solving a puzzle.
Yeah, that's right. And you can see here, so I've started a little bit of a dungeon arrangement here. And the way these chambers are arranged, up at the top here, they're categorized in depending on how many doorways they have. So you can see here, these are all chambers that have one doorway. These are all chambers that have two, etc. And then you can see they're further categorized into where the doorways are exiting out of the chambers. So a few things about dungeon arrangement in the chamber dungeon. You'll need to make sure that you have at least an entrance and a nightmare. Those are kind of the primary components of any dungeon. But also you'll want to make sure that all of
Nightmare,
the
because it's
doorways
Link's
are
Awakening.
connected to other doorways. So you can't leave any of those just hanging or
and nothing you're
unfulfilled
fighting's
there.
real.
So you
It's
can
just
see
dreams.
I'm starting to make a little bit of a dungeon arrangement here. And you might notice a few other things. So some of these chambers have icons on the underneath of them, and those give you an idea of the sorts of features that are available in this particular chamber. So you can see this one has a treasure chest, and this one has a staircase, and some of them have locked doors. If you're using locked doors, you need to make sure that you include enough chambers with treasure chests to supply enough keys for you to get through all of those locked doors. And the way those stairways connect is really fun, because what you can do is if you use stairways, they'll automatically create a sub-area that you'll have to go through between the two stairways. And that's one of those 2D side-scrolling sections that Anuma-san was talking about a little bit earlier. And you might see some fun enemies in there. But so this is like a Picross-like puzzle. So the chamber dungeon, unlike any other dungeon before, you arrange these yourself. But they're challenges. You have to go through this puzzle portion of the arrangement. And once you're finished with that, then you have to adventure through your dungeon. So the challenge comes in two parts. The chamber dungeon can actually take a little bit of time to arrange. Like I said, it is a puzzle, so it takes some time to get through. So I'm not gonna go through the entire thing just here. So I'm gonna skip ahead to one that I have arranged previously. If it works.
And you're very, very devious, so I'm sure that it's full of all kinds of terrible, awful things.
I seem to have a little bit of issue with the controller here. Let me try and get that sorted out. But while we're getting this figured out, I was wondering if Anuma-san could talk a little bit about the chamber dungeon and how it mixes up the gameplay for someone who has already played through the Legend of Zelda: Link's Awakening.
このパネルダンジョンの追加で過去にゲームを遊んだ方でも遊んでない方でもどのようなプレイを期待できますでしょうか。
そうですね。オリジナルはを遊ばれた皆さんの記憶に強く残るそういうゲームだったと思いますけど、実はあんまりダンジョンのことは覚えてない人が多いんじゃないかなと思うんですけど。
So I know this game left a strong impression on many players, but honestly, I don't know if everybody remembers exactly how to play everything.
で、このパネルダンジョンってそのパズルを解くような形で感覚でダンジョンをアレンジするっていうお話をしましたけど、そこまで遊んできたダンジョンの記憶をもとにそれでダンジョンをアレンジするとですね、またちょっと面白いダンジョンが作れるんで、これを本編のダンジョンをクリアしながらこのパネルダンジョンも遊んでいくと、そのダンジョンの記憶っていうのはすごく強く残るものになるんじゃないかなと思います。
And so as I mentioned earlier, this is just like figuring out a puzzle. So if you go back to your memories of how you completed the dungeon and then play this dungeon as well, I think it'll leave a very strong impression while you play. And also, if you play this while you progress the main story, I think it'll even leave a stronger impression.
All right, so we've got this up here now, and you could see now that there's a little green check mark there next to the Fill Up Your Hearts challenge. Well, I guess I should have explained that. This particular challenge, you needed to fill in every single one of the empty tiles with a chamber. And so this one I've already completed. You could see I've cleared it. And when you complete it, you get a clear time. And you'll see that that's 7 minutes and 42 seconds right now. And one of the fun things that you can do with those clear times is you can challenge yourself to beat your dungeon faster and faster. Or you could challenge a friend to see if they might be able to beat your dungeon in a faster time. So I was wondering if Anuma-san, would you please play through this dungeon and see if you could please beat my clear time?
さんに遊んでいただけるでしょうか。そして僕のタイムを早くクリアでしていただきたいんですけども。
えらいことをお願いされてしまったな。
That's a big ask, but I'll do my best.
私ゲーム開発者ですけど非常にゲームが下手くそなんで。
So I'm a game developer, but I'm not very good at games.
まあでもとりあえずチャレンジしてみます。
But I'll do my best.
I'm not very good at games either, so.
This is a great rare treat for all of us.
Yeah.
Empathize with you, whatever.
Anuma-san, of course, has spent, I'm sure, many, many years thinking about the dungeon arrangement and the flow of a player's movements through a dungeon and about pacing the puzzles properly. So I'm really curious to see how he's going to get on with this dungeon where I've thought about none of those things.
How much time have you spent thinking about those things, Sam?
This was designed to torture other Treehouse members.
Apologies. I admittedly, I did include some more devious elements here. Yeah, using the map is really an effective way to get through this particular dungeon.
So I'm gonna go through that route and try to get that key over there where you saw the cursor hovering.
Okay. He's calling his shots. I like
being
it.
Strategic. I like
Yeah. Yeah, these guys could be really challenging.
Yeah.
They're more like a timing puzzle almost.
Yeah.
Trying to defeat them.
And as you mentioned, since it times your completion, it's a real fun and terrible treat to try and
As
best
I
your friend's
started to
time
say, I
in
got
a
to area
dungeon.
3. I was trying to beat it, and there's there's
doing
5
really
areas
well.
to learn.
So, yeah, I said I think my clear time
it's a hard
again
game,
was
but
like
it's
7
fun.
minutes 42 seconds. So he's on a really good pace right
Still
now.
have to play the story mode, I think, which is separate from just playing it normally. At least if you switch characters, which I did
like
because I
randomizer
wasn't able to
These
do
are
it
all
with Cadence, so I switched to the Bard because you don't have
rooms.
to
So
deal with the
you've
rhythm
seen these rooms
mechanics.
in other dungeons.
You can just take your time.
And Dompe will create these chambers for you. And even though you know the puzzle, you may know the way through it, because they're all arranged in a completely different order, it's a new type of challenge.
Yes, and that really adds someone, even if you're somebody who has memorized every corner of this game, all of those dungeons, those rooms become brand new when you or a friend has arranged them into something
So you
completely
beat a
different.
dungeon and then you get the rooms to make a dungeon with?
Dispatching all of those keys and finding
that's
yet
interesting.
another treasure chest.
This isn't his first Zelda rodeo.
Yeah, apparently not. I think it's really funny, Onuma-san, that
really,
he knew
the games I'm good at are like
okay.
Splatoon,
I love using those spinning blades because
Mario
usually when you
Kart.
walk
I'm
into
kind
a
of
room
good
in
at.
Zelda,
like
you're thinking about
probably
okay, what
best
kind of
at
puzzle
Splatoon
am I going to face here?
out of the games
what
that I'm
kind
good
of
at.
am I going to have a
And I'm not like the
challenging
best
enemy that I'm going to
Splatoon
battle?
player.
But with those spinning
But
blades,
I actually feel
the
like
challenge
I
really is
can-
just
I'm
walking into the room.
pretty good at it.
Really can shake your
I'm
confidence.
pretty good.
Using the map again.
I'm like less good at Mario
Yeah,
Kart, but still pretty good at Mario Kart than I am at Splatoon. And then ARMS,
I
I'm
was saying
also
earlier, I think it's
sort
really
of
funny
okay
that,
at.
that Onuma-san
Unlike
has
every other
Rock's
game,
feather on
I'm
Y because
not
the
that
Correct
great
answer,
at.
Sam.
Yeah.
I tried the Dark
Oh,
Souls
really?
demo. I took like 3 steps and died
Breath of
and
the
just
Wild, the
closed
jump
it.
button was X, so I always put Rock's feather on X.
そうなんです。トラップはジャンプで受けれるんですけど、結構失敗するんです。
So you could, avoid that enemy with jumping, but you know what? Sometimes you fail. So.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, because they got the rocks
He's making
feather.
really great time through this dungeon.
Yeah, they're just pushing those enemies off the edge.
Right.
Get out of here.
He might just beat your time, Sam.
No, I'm
Making
thinking.
a run
I'm
for it.
thinking that's going to happen. So the chamber. Ooh. Yeah, this room is a little bit challenging. So yeah, those chamber dungeon challenges come in 2 parts, and you're going to have different conditions that you need to fill for those challenges, for both the arrangement portion of the challenge, but also through the adventure portion of the challenge. Oh, nice! Already. My goodness.
Wow, he's only at 2 minutes.
Yeah.
Do you see that?
I am. I'm kind of awestruck. I don't know how to. Oh no! All right, you've got it. There you go.
He's trying to make your time feel better, Sam.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. Oh yeah, he's just delaying to try and make me feel better.
Oh, he's already at the boss.
Yeah, he's already at
So
the
we're at the
nightmare.
boss now.
And this is a really fun one.
Yeah.
I like this guy.
Yeah, this isn't your kind of standard hit him 3 times and you're done kind of boss.
Yeah, as we briefly mentioned, so all of the characters, the bosses, the NPCs in this game are so unforgettable,
Right.
so quirky.
I like how they kind of talk to you.
Yeah.
He's giving you a little
Okay,
clue
so
about
fling into the wall, you're saying?
これでも
Got a bit of
僕
an
解く
attitude
と
on
ネ
that
タバレになってしまうんだけど。
But if I beat him, wouldn't it be a spoiler? Are we okay?
It's this is only for the boss of the second dungeon in the game, so I think maybe it's still early.
まあ2番目のダンジョンなんで、まあ大丈夫なんですけど。
Making
But
quick
yeah,
work
he's
of
making
him,
really
too.
quick work of it. But I really like the sequence. He's using a technique, actually, that I've never seen before. He's staying
Just
really
stick close to him.
the boss and then getting under the fireballs, which is not something that I've seen before.
Yeah,
No, I think the normal strategy
I
is to
noticed
get
that, and
hit
I
by
didn't
lots
know
of
if it was
fireballs.
like because it was a good strategy, or
Yeah.
if it
That may
was
be
like
different from
because
the
he's
original
not good
one,
at
too.
games,
This has
as he
more of a
said.
3D feel to it. I don't
Right.
know, though.
No, that's
I couldn't
true.
tell you for sure. It's been 26
Oh,
years
and
after all.
he's in the second phase.
Oh,
Nice. Oh, I didn't know you could hit multiple times there.
Am I doing pretty well?
He's doing great.
Well.
I think you're making him angry, though.
Yeah,
Got this. He's gonna laugh at you, I think.
I was gonna say, at this rate, he's gonna shave 4 minutes off of my time.
Got
Goodness
him.
gracious.
Wow. And that's how you do that.
Work. Nice work. And a new record, completely obliterating my dungeon clear time. Thank you so much for playing through that. I appreciate it.
Schooling us
It
on
doesn't seem to have tripped you up all that much.
Yes.
All right, well, we're running low on time for The Legend of Zelda Link's Awakening. But before we go, we had something really cool that we wanted to share.
Is it
with
an amiibo?
everyone. And
it's an amiibo?
This is little guy here. It's a new amiibo for The Legend
an
of
amiibo.
Zelda Link's Awakening.
Yes.
And he's so shiny and adorable.
Oh my
and
God.
I'm
I'm
never
not
letting
crossing
him
it
go.
off the bingo sheet, though, because that was supposed to be for
He's
the
going to mess up
direct.
some bokoblins and melt your heart.
このアミーボ本当にゲームの中に出てくるリンクそのままなんですよ。これだけアミーボとそれからゲームの中のキャラクターが一致してるのって今まで初めてじゃないかなと思いますけどね。
So this might be the first amiibo where Link looks exactly like he's taken out of the game. He
Yeah.
looks just exactly like what he is in the game.
100%.
Absolutely.
Oh, he's adorable. So what he's going to do for The Legend of Zelda Link's Awakening is he's going to add into the chamber dungeon what's called a plus effect. And the plus effects are layered on top of the chambers, and they add a new gameplay variant to what would otherwise be a familiar room. So what Link adds, the Link's Awakening amiibo here, what he adds is Shadow Link to your dungeon. And
Link?
Shadow Link is not like a normal mini-boss where you fight him in a single room. He'll actually chase you through several different rooms.
Oh, wow.
So if you're playing through your own chamber dungeon and you add Shadow Link and you defeat him, you can earn a lot of rupees. So that's a great thing to do if you're maybe running low in the main game. But it's also a fun thing to do if you have someone else play your chamber dungeon like I had out on Uma-san. I could have laid a little trap for him and maybe placed Shadow Link on top of one of those chambers. And there are other plus effects in the game that we might be talking about a little bit more later. And in addition to the Link's Awakening amiibo, there's also the other Legend of Zelda series amiibo will work with the Legend of Zelda Link's Awakening. But not just that, any Legend of Zelda character amiibo will work with the Legend of Zelda Link's Awakening. So if you have from the Smash Brothers series, if you have Sheik or Ganondorf or something like that,
So
will
you
also work
don't
with this
need
game.
this, right, Sam?
No, I need it.
You've
Please
got-
don't. I have a hole in my heart
Yes.
already.
But yeah, we wanted to share this beautiful new amiibo with everybody. It's absolutely lovely.
Yes.
All right. Well, that's all the time we have for Legend of Zelda Link's Awakening. Next up, we have a new trailer for a different game, and after that, we're going to see some live gameplay.
A new trailer for a different game?
Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3, The Black Order. So stay tuned to Treehouse Live.
Thank you,
Thank you so much.
Yeah, it'll definitely work with the Breath of the Wild sequel. They got the Spyro trailer.
Stop staring. Haven't you guys ever seen a dragon before? Here comes Spyro.
Yeah, I watched my friend play Spyro when I was a kid. I was like so bad and unconfident with video games. I was more content to just watch than play them. Like I tried him a little bit and was really bad.
I just want to kick some.
I don't know. Maybe I'll play it. Maybe I won't, because Crash was another one of those games that I watched my friends play. But like, then I heard it was hard, and I'm not good at games, so I'm not good at platformers particularly. That's why I have to avoid Cuphead, even though it looks really cool. Because I struggle with Mario platformers, so I'm not going to play Cuphead, unfortunately. Yeah, it's new amiibo is definitely going to work with Breath of the Wild too, and they're hopefully going to have the Young Link amiibo actually work like Young Link, Majora's Mask. They didn't do that. Yeah, I gotta play Splatoon more so that I can finish Breath of the Wild. It's like I said, I want to get more hours on Splatoon too. Okay, so yeah, now they're getting to the third-party stuff. So this is the stuff that I'm not that interested in. So now I guess is the time when I will finally close out the stream after 2.5 hours. So yeah, thanks for watching. There were 2 people. I think somebody left. Oh no, somebody's back. There are 2 people again. Oh, I guess there were 3 for a second because the thing went up on the graph. Yeah, so I've been going for 2.5 hours. I got a sore throat from talking, even though I didn't talk a whole lot during the treehouse stuff. Yeah, not streaming tomorrow. I usually stream on Wednesdays. Not streaming tomorrow because I want to watch Treehouse. But I am posting an old stream from Twitch that never went up on here for Mario Kart. And then I'm thinking next week for my Wii U Backlog Wednesday series, I'll go back to Mario Kart because I won't be sleep deprived all the time because I won't have a class I have to get up at 7:30 in the morning for anymore. So I'll try to finish Mario Kart then, and I'll limit it to if I don't clear those cups by the time I hit 10,000 coins, then I'll like record it off screen and edit it down so you don't have to just watch me week after week get almost triple stars, because that would be kind of old. Yeah, so thank you for watching. I mean, usually I only watch people react like after the stuff's already over, which I guess it already is. If you're not care that much about the treehouse, I don't know. I'm rambling at this point. So yeah, thanks for watching. See you live next week. See you not live ideally tomorrow. I still have to finish editing that. And OBS keeps flickering a encoding overloaded thing on me, so it's probably a good idea to close anyway. Oh yeah. Yeah, now YouTube says video output low, so I guess, yeah, now it's really a good time to quit. So, goodbye.